How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. As always, this is a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, and trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get the fuck off this channel. We are reading Cyborg 0-9 by Shotaro Ishinomori. Let's give a little background here. First off, I should say, I don't really know much about this series at all. Didn't even know that until I saw this cover. There's clearly 9 cyborgs, and so that's where Cyborg 009 comes from. So I'm going to try not to even look at this cover too much because, you know, I didn't even know that before looking at this cover. Yeah, so what do I know about it? The only thing I did know, I thought there was just one cyborg, 009, who I assumed was just going to be, like, the only one that was successful, kind of like we just read this with Ch.0-8. The 28th one was successful. That's what I thought it was going to be. And, you know, this is a little bit of a proto Kamen Rider thing. Of Kamen Rider, I have seen, like, so to give my back, well, for Ishinomori, I have watched the first episode of Kamen Rider, you know, the very first one, and the second one, which I think is the ones that he's involved with, but I actually don't know how much of what he was involved in and whatnot. But, just in terms of history of Kamen Rider, I've seen the first episode of every single show of Kamen Rider series, and then I have seen, of the Heisei ones, I've seen all of Kuga, I've seen all of Double, of Forze, of Build, some of Gaim, and I think that might be it. I could be missing one or something like there. I've also seen, like, part of some other ones, but, like, those are the ones that I've seen all the way through. And then Gaim I've seen, like, half of or something. And then, yeah, like, some of the more modern ones I've checked out occasionally, but I never actually get too far into them. But my problem is always that I'm just like, I just want to start at the start. I mean, it took forever for my fiance to get me to watch a single Rider series, because I was always like, sure, I'll watch Rider. Let's start from the start. They're like, absolutely not. But now I really do want to start from the start. It's the only way I'm going to be able to get into this shit. So, that's my history with Kamen Rider. I don't really think I have much of a history outside of that. You know, it's pretty, for, like, Super Sentai stuff, completely unfamiliar with it. I guess that's not true. I'm completely familiar with it, but I haven't seen any, I guess I should say that, because I'm very familiar with it. I've seen, like, an episode of one, but, like, you know, it's, for the most part, something I'm, you know, not that interested in, aside from, like, in manga and, like, earlier stuff, but most of the Sentai that's coming out now seems completely uninteresting to me. But yeah, so based on the fact that this is like a Kamen Rider-esque thing, but not really, I wonder what the difference is going to be between, you know, like a Kamen Rider and this cyborg. Like, what is going to be the difference there that makes it so where it's like, I mean, I guess the difference is like that Kamen Rider, it's a Henshin hero, versus this is not going to be a Henshin hero. So, like, this is like the first, you know, cyborg hero. Like, you know, Astro Boy, we got a robot, you know. So, like, this is the first, like, cyborg hero, but not the first Henshin cyborg hero, or just Henshin hero in general. And as for Ishinomori himself, obviously, like, you know, he's mainly the guy who created Kamen Rider. That's like his big, you know, thing. But extremely, unbelievably prolific in, you know, a lot of ways. Him and Osamu Tezuka are the only two people that have, like, everything they've ever made just collected into a single series. A series that is just everything they've ever made, like the collected editions. And so, like, whenever I'm just, like, you know, searching by year for manga and some of that, they're the only two authors where it's like, oh, it's immediately apparent that it's your series, regardless of looking at any of the art, because every single volume cover looks the exact same, because they're all, you know, using the volume covers from the collected editions. So, like, you know, definitely that prolific. You know, he is one of the Godfather manga. He started a little bit after Tezuka. He was Tezuka's assistant, which that as well. The only thing I've seen of Ishinomori at all is he was the assistant for Astro Boy for one of the chapters for Electro, I believe. So go check out my reaction to the Electro chapter of Astro Boy if you want to see, you know, some of his assistant work. But yeah, so he started a little bit later, but still seems to be maybe not equally, but pretty close to as prolific as Osamu Tezuka. But yeah, so it'd be fun to compare. It's very interesting comparing these, like, 50s artists, you know. This guy, you know, was a 50s artist, but this is take place in 1963. To be fair, let's get it clear, this is coming out in 63. But, you know, these artists that were around at the same time, these, like, godfathers of manga, you know, Osamu, Shotaro, or, you know, Ishinomori is really what he should be called. But, and then, the guy who did Ch.0-8 and a bunch of other different genres. But, it's really fun comparing these guys. You know, it's so early into manga that it's really, you know, extremely easy to compare. But okay, let's not look at this cover. We might come back to that cover later, because, yeah, it's going to give away all the designs and stuff, and I don't know anything about that. So, we start off with a bomb being dropped. As so many of these have started, it is the war in 1945. The atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, drawing the curtain on World War II. But the coming of the atomic age ushered in a new global threat as nations became trapped in a nuclear deadlock. It's also so interesting, like, seeing, like, all this stuff of, like, a lot of these manga that we're reading around this time are very, very heavily about the war and stuff like that. Like, even Shameless School, very, very heavily about, very heavily about World War II, but, it has a climax that, like, is bringing up a lot of that stuff. Which is like, oh, well, it's been actually, like, 20-something years after the war. It's very interesting, like, we're still, like, talking about this, like, heavily and that. But two things. One, whenever anybody goes through an event, you don't have, media about that thing until, like, pretty far after it. Like, we're probably not going to get a lot of, like, COVID media until, quite later, because it's going to be something that you're thinking back on to do. And, like, you see that a lot in general, like, when there's, like, a big flu going on, you typically don't really see media representing that at the time. Something that happens way later, where then they're talking about it in retrospect. And then also, so, like, obviously that's happening here, but also, Japan is really not allowed to talk about the fact that they were bombed. They had a fucking nuke dropped on them, and then they're not allowed to talk about it. Like, you're the bad guys if you talk about it, and you complain about it. And, like, it's, like, insane. Insane to be put in that situation. And so now, they're finally at a place where they're able to talk about it. It's legal to talk about it and everything, and they're not going to face repercussions. And so, like, now we're getting all this stuff coming out here in the 50s and the 60s. And then our title here is, like, very sleek and, all jagged edges, very, robotic, very futuristic as well. Like, that, like, sleek technology. And then the 009 being in, like, crescent moon shapes. Interesting. Ooh, this art's actually really good. I wonder if this is from an updated edition or not, but, like, the art's pretty dang good here. In the immediate struggle for world supremacy, America led the pack. But as the 20th century marched on and the development and proliferation of nuclear weapons rose, the Soviet Union emerged as a formidable rival. However, using nuclear weapons to resolve international conflict would mean the destruction of all living things on Earth. And, like, showing, like, the, like, oh, if a blast was happening here, like, the blast radius, map sort of thing, with all the weapons pointed. Great art. Great art. And in 1957, the Soviet Union entered the space age by putting the first man-made satellite into orbit. But the space age also led to the development of long-range rocket technology, making it possible for the emergent nuclear weapons to launch intercontinental ballistic missiles equipped with nuclear warheads. A terrifying, terrifying time. A nightmare of just, and now, you're at 1,000 times more risk. You wake up, and now we're at 1,000 times more risk. We invented a thing that makes us all 1,000 times more at risk. But also, we're doing it to, to beat them. But also, like, the race is, like, something everybody's going, you gotta cheer for the race. But also, it's making everything so much worse. But also, like, you want to explore into space. It's a, there's something, very altruistic about just exploring into space in general. But, it's also hard to do without it helping the military-industrial complex. And then in 1960-something, in Switzerland. So that was our prologue. Now we're into Chapter 1, Merchants of Death. So, okay, we're going to, this is going to be about, this chapter is going to be about, what am I trying to say, like, gun shippers, gun makers, gun manufacturers. Just looking for the word manufacturing. couldn't grasp it. Yeah, that's a real, like, gun dealer if I've ever seen one. And he's going to Switzerland as well. And Shonen King, was this running? I didn't look what magazine this was running in, actually. That's important to me. Probably important to no one else, but I care. But okay, it was running in monthly Shonen King. So, yeah. I mean, I should have. I don't know why it was just obviously, it's gotta be right. But alright, being picked up by some guys in suits here that he knows. Being taken to a castle? A secluded castle? Okay, the others are already here. Going to meet with some other merchants around the world to discuss maybe a new, like the cyborg, systems or something like that. Like we need a new army of cyborgs or something, some new weapons. Some very interesting designs here. I like these, I feel like this is insulting to say instantly, but these designs, better than Tezuka's. Like, Tezuka's random character designs are a little bit too samey all the time. So, these guys, very, very, very different head shapes. So much different head shapes. Alright, everyone's here. Let's get started. The TV flicks on. Just a skeleton man, an evil skeleton man. Gentlemen, thank you. Got to grab and get to the point. Yeah, what's this about? We don't have all day. You already had to drive out of this godforsaken place. It's probably somebody trying to fly here. Calm down, gentlemen. You've all been summoned here under the utmost secrecy, and I trust that it will remain top secret. Yeah, we're already called death merchants. Society loathes us. The last thing we want is people to find out. Find out what? Alright. Yeah, the futuristic war plan. Will it continue as discussed? The plan is infallible. Please watch the screen. Okay. You gentlemen have reaped the extraordinary financial aid, just financial and political benefits of the developing weapons, whose sole purpose is the utter annihilation of the Earth. Your entire fortunes depend on your ability to concoct new ways of exterminating mankind. And, luckily enough, the powers that be have been behind you so far. However, there are those out there more interested in developing stronger international bonds in their hopes that it will precipitate peace. These people are the aberrations in the culture of war we in this room wish to propagate. So we must fuel the fires of war now, gentlemen. Human nature is already well equipped with a fighting instinct. All we need to do now is spur that instinct into action. And for that purpose, I have devised my futuristic war plan. So vague. Where outer space will become the next battlefield. Okay. Oh yeah, this guy's got such a shocker design. My God. Yes. But okay, yeah, it's just a satellite, a bunch of space warriors. And war on this battlefield will require completely different types of weapons and soldiers. In our previous meetings, we have discussed weapons, and have since developed them accordingly. Now it is time to develop our soldier, an enhanced human being that can move easily in the vacuum of space. A soldier that can fight in the stratosphere. Gentlemen, I'm speaking of a cyborg! Oh, I didn't even notice him having his hand over the whole globe like that. I didn't even catch that. Oh my God, this guy's instant love this villain. Instant, he's so fucking goofy, I love him. I mean, any fucking villain you have that immediately makes me go, Skeletor voice is just like, perfect. And yeah, the advantages of a cyborg over a robot are innumerable. But something gonna like try and put this to a stop. Like, this is actually seeming way more like Kamen Rider than I thought it was gonna be. Especially if this is about to get interrupted. I don't know, maybe not. And also, like, the fact like Chapter 2 starts is it on this page? Is like this page, Chapter 2, or is right here starting Chapter 2? I don't know. Old manga's so weird, it could be either one. But Chapter 2, the Cyborg Laboratory. Moscow in summer. Moscow in summer is the darkest fucking story of skies you've fucking seen. It's a good gag. Just absolutely pouring down. This is Moscow in summer. It worked. I successfully reconstructed his brain. Oh, Haruka, I didn't expect you to be back so soon. On my way, I had a strange feeling about what you might be up to, and just as expected. Oh no, that's Erica. This is our other one here. So, okay. Ivan's brain is like an adult's now. Oh, wait. Okay, when you said I successfully reconstructed his brain, I thought you were making a cyborg yourself. But no, you gave your baby an adult brain. It's beyond that to an adult. I love these designs and expressions as well. Like, obviously a lot of inspiration from Tezuka, but like Tezuka is like very good at like mimicking a Disney style. I've said that I think Tezuka style is better than Disney style, but I think this style is like much more up my alley. Of like everybody is like chunkier and like fatter. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Like everybody's got this like it's like the Disney characters that are all chunky and stocky and fat. Like I tend to like those designs more than the ones like Mickey or Pluto or Donald or something like that. Oh my god, yeah, now she's like comforting the baby, like, oh, my precious, precious Ivan. She's like, what do you think you're doing, Erica? I gave him the mind of an adult. Don't treat him like a baby. And going to the police, and he's gonna kill her with a wrench. This is so adult as well. Like, it's hard not to like, it's hard not to say like, oh, I tend to be a little bit more than Astro Boy when it's, got a little more mature sort of vibe to it. God, yeah, beat her over the head, stealing the adult. Is this baby going to be turned into one of our cyborgs? That'd be crazy. And yeah, the human brain's only been able to tap into a fraction of its potential. Not true. But as a result of my own genius, Ivan can now command the brain's full potential. And, yeah, as you say that, not like, as if on command, but not really. They enter the room. Gonna take your baby, Dr. Gamo. Please don't be alarmed. We're not the police. We've been looking for a great surgeon such as yourself. Oh, okay. So this isn't about his kid. All right. So they're just taking him as a surgeon. And, the baby's going to come along because the wife's... Yeah, if you'd rather stay here with your dead wife... Or, I mean, I don't know also, is this his wife? Or is this, like... Yeah, a deer. Okay, yeah, so it is their kid. For a second, I was like, this could just be, like, a lady, like, dropped it off out of the doctor's or something. Like a baby at the doctor's, but no. Yeah. Hey, cheer up, Doc. We're taking you to a place full of marvelous scientific equipment, as well as many others like yourself. And where's that? The Pacific Ocean. Somewhere in the fucking Pacific Ocean. Small island here. Welcome to Cyborg Lab X, Dr. Gamo. Cyborg Lab X. Alright. New colleagues. Yeah, I'd like to see this. And then, okay, so here's our main villain up here. So the team is complete. Our team of, like, scientists. I like that we're gathering a whole team of scientists before we're making our even cyborg team. But alright, now we're ready to begin. And the subjects, we await your order, sir. So, okay, this guy's one of them. This guy's going to be turned into one of the cyborgs, I assume. I'm not sure. He said, we await your order, but then he turned around to them and was like, alright, we need test subjects. Different races, ages, cultures. Take them quietly, leave no trace that you were ever there. So when you say, like, okay, the subjects, we await your order, given, okay, go get the subjects, not as in, like, we, the subjects, await your order. Okay, got it. So, okay, go gather them up. Alright, and then the feats, planes, everybody, out. Chapter 3, The Men in Black in America. Let me write down, we might get like a 2-page spread of like all their names to that, but if not, I will go back through and write down the names of also like Ivan and the parents as well, and maybe even Cyborg Lab X. New York, the West Side. You didn't tell me this was going to be so funny. Oh my god. And yes, steal some fruit. Oh my god, that's so cool. I love it. Yeah, running around, flipping girls' skirts. Yo, Jets, we got sharks. Awesome outfit. Why is it like, J something E-T? I don't know. Oh, these are some great designs, though. I feel like this guy's gonna be one of our cyborgs. Hell yeah. We're gonna get a fucking jet from West Side Story in our goddamn cyborg team. How have I not read this before? This is incredible. Shotaro, you are... I don't know why I keep calling Shotaro, not Ishinomori, but my god. You are... We are like, what? Like, we are 15 pages into this, 16 pages into this. My god, so good. Rule 1, this is our turf, chicos. Last time I checked, Puerto Rico was south. Toss that. He's saying toss that as he's tossing it. I don't remember that from the movie. Okay, now this is such a Japanese thing. He took his switchblade out of like a holster, out of a sheath. You don't have, the whole point of a switchblade is that you don't need a sheath. Oh my god, but they're dueling with the blades. But he got him, actually. He got him. Okay, maybe he's not gonna join. No, okay, yeah. But yeah, now, you just killed a guy, getting the cops called on you. Yeah, this is also very, like, obviously this is West Side Story, but, there's a lot of stories like this at the time. This is also very, what am I trying to say? Ponyboy and Soda Pop. The Outsiders, very The Outsiders as well. But yeah, classic youth sort of thing. Yeah, everybody thinks they're bigger than they are. Shit gets, amped up and amped up. Tensions and tensions and tensions. And, then suddenly, you didn't realize what, the classic youth thing of, like, you don't really have the full comprehension of your actions at this point, And so, you don't really understand what it's, like, you're in knife fights and stuff like this. But the concept that you could just have killed a guy, or, might not be dead. But, like, still. It's always so scary, the shit that can happen, as when you're a kid, because you don't fully realize what you're doing. But they approach from behind. Don't worry, we're not the cops. We're on your side, here to help you out. Get in. Got a getaway for you. And then somewhere in the American Southwest, I wonder if this is also going to be, like from a movie sort of thing. I wonder if like a lot of this stuff is going to be like movie parodies that I might not understand. Obviously, West Side Story I did, but some of these other ones I'm not sure. But we're going to get a black character as well in the team. That'd be fucking awesome, especially for this time in Japan. Getting a black character on a part of a cyborg team, like a Sentai team, that would be extremely fucking cool, unbelievably cool. What's up, Geronimo? Oh my god, sick. Wait, this guy looks like he's already a cyborg. Huh, like, I don't know. Yeah, can't get a job. Yeah, this guy being just as racist, even though I think he's black. Maybe he's just like a beyond tanned. But like, but yeah. Anyway, so this guy is a Native American. That's why he's got the stripes in his face. I thought that was like the cyborg lines that we've seen like Astro Boy all the time. Yeah, why don't you join my folk dance troupe? Jesus, those white families can't get enough of it. Authentic Indian cultural rituals, and they'll shell out the moolah to see it. Yep, man. This is like, again, it's so nice seeing. I was like, man, I love how political Astro Boy is. This is 10 years later, to be fair, but like. It's great seeing, like, one, it being, like, very political, but also just, like, how diverse our team is going to be. The fact that we're going to get a Native American on our team, extremely fucking dope. Unbelievably cool. Never would have expected something like that from the fucking 60s. Crazy. I mean, well, I would have expected it for the 60s. From 60s Japan, no. The only thing we're missing is a big old scary Indian chief. Boom! Just fucking smacks someone. Hell yeah. Beggars can't be choosers. My people aren't sideshow freaks. You insult our culture like this. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he's just so big. You are. He's a tiny little ant compared to him in the panel. But alright, I like that, like, so much that you would expect that so much of this was going to be them kidnapping people and taking them and forcing them into this, but instead, it's going and finding people who are in trouble and need an out, and then we're like, giving them, it's much more like a cult sort of thing, like taking advantage of people who, are in a desperate situation. But also, it is like giving them, it's, as opposed to a cult, it's also giving them a job. I think that is actually surprisingly makes it so much better, despite the fact that they are also, this is so cult-like. It doesn't feel as bad because they are literally giving them a job. But oh yeah, his name is OCO. I have no home anymore. Go wherever I can. A lot of like good landscape shots too, like nothing like it's like super right home about art-wise, but just I'm glad he keeps showing off the like landscapes and stuff. And now to China. So I've got a really hungry guy here, no more food, nothing outside to eat, no money. I'd be lucky to get one strip of bacon off your hide. Pig just also starving. Working so hard, but staying so poor. Hands hardened and dirty and swollen. Hands sore, stomach empty. Taxes keep coming. About to hang himself. Right about to do it. And then, pew! Shoot the rope down. Here to save ya. Alright, just stuff. He like kind of passes out, so they don't even ask him. They just stuff him in there. And nuclear bomb test. Big success. Why are, like, I mean, this is still in the 50s, though. Like, this is still, like, this is just, like, another nuclear bomb test. Big success, I assume. It's just, like, reminding of the state of the world, I assume. But now to Berlin, Germany. Also, real quick, like, this one was so short, so, like, not a whole big thing, but, sometimes you gotta have a little, like, comedic one. This one's, like, pretty serious, but it's also, I like that, like, a lot of these are, like, real serious situations, but are also, played for comedy as well. So now to Berlin, Germany. Yeah, to the wall. East Berlin. See some people trying to get out. Or, nope, not at all. This is just some lion tamers here. Or some circus people, I assume. Okay, never mind. They are, indeed, trying to pass the wall. Okay. So okay, yeah, circus animal handler is perfect cover. Okay. But yeah, there's like a Mission Impossible episode for the original 1966 Mission Impossible show. There's an episode that is like this plot as well, sort of thing. But yeah, that came in 66, later than this. And this lion, or sorry, I thought this was the lion because we were only seeing the lion here for a second. I thought this was the lion. No, I see now. I see. Yeah, she's got the costume on and a head, so they're gonna pretend to be lions. Oh my god. Are you both doing this, or is this just her? Because they're saying, like, we've got to give it a try, so I assume they're both doing it, but... Hey, Simba, lay off her. She's my future bride. Don't eat her. Aww. Yeah, I was gonna say, oh no, this is dangerous. This lion's gonna fuck her, but no, actually, this lion couldn't give a shit. This is the least horny lion I've ever seen. I mean, he's also starving. He is dying. But yeah, I like these expressions a lot. Like I've said before, I love the way that Tezuka draws animals. He's great. He, in that very like Disney style. He's very furry about it. This is this fucking costume. Oh, the eyes being so weird. Why are the eyes up down like that? But okay, he's gonna be the driver. I say he's the driver, and she's just gonna pretend to be one of the animals. All right, they're gonna get like caught, and then I assume she's gonna be like taken, and be like, all right, you can maybe both of them actually, but is his actual name Hagback? I assume not, but maybe for sake of convenience. Yeah, it says one lion. I see two lions in the cage because under the show's conditions, well, the show required two lions unexpectedly. Alright, it scares him. Okay, let it pass. Alright. Wait a second. Oh, okay, no, maybe he didn't figure it out. Maybe it was something actually innocent, like, oh, wait a second, you just forgot your passport. But now that he's speeding past, they gotta stop him. God, like, yeah, he's just shooting through the windshield, but he's making it through. He's barreling past. Lion's going crazy. He's not getting hit, though. He's doing real good. But how far can you possibly get? Okay, yeah, straight into a wall. Not very far at all. Oh, great. Is Hilda dead? The killer? Good God. Insane situation! You got your girlfriend dressed up in a lion costume in order to cross the goddamn Berlin Wall, but instead you panicked too early, crashed into a wall, killed your girl while she was inside a lion costume! The comedy, back and forth from it's a serious situation, but also it's funny, but also it's a serious situation. Crazy. Unbelievable. And okay, I was wondering how they were going to get out of this situation, but they just came in the crowd and took him away. Okay. Boy, that guy. You killed your girlfriend while she was in a lion costume. Yeah, he's very injured, but, praise with cybernetic units. And now to Paris, France. We're cool Air Force flyboys flying in the sky looking for new toys. La la la. You guys are so young. These are some French femboys. My God. My God, Ishinomori is looking at some French boys for sure. 1 week's leave. Oh, I see. Like, we'll fly in the sky, look for new toys. Well, that's 1 week's leave. And yeah, look at this boy Jean. Guess where you're headed? Tell your girl hi for me. Tell her yourself. I'm going to my little sister's place. Okay. Yeah, living in some shitty ass Paris apartments for sure. It is so funny also, like, you know, there's the Paris syndrome thing where everybody over, you know, like, glorifies Paris, and then you go to Paris and you are hit with this, like, you know, physical sensation. Like, you know, it is not just like this mental thing, it's like this unbelievable physical sensation people have when they go to Paris of it not living up to expectations. Whereas Japan being the opposite, Japan being like the opposite of Paris syndrome, where no matter how hyped up it is, everybody, when they go to Japan, it's always better than they thought. It's like, you know, we don't have a term for it like we do Paris syndrome, but it is, you know, on the opposite end of the spectrum. It's crazy. Alright, here's his sister, Miss Arnold. I'm going off to meet her brother at the station. Alright, slept in, so she's gonna be late, and oh no, they're watching her. How about her? A schoolgirl living in a boarding house? Good choice! I thought he was gonna say Patrick. Good choice! I mean, we do need a big range of age, cultures, races, everything. So, who knows what happened to a girl living by herself? She's not living by herself. Because, you know, I guess this is, maybe she was like up here, and this was somebody else, just like a neighbor, going like, oh, where are you off to? Her whereabouts could become uncertain at any time, so, like, we just need to get her right now. Everybody else has been getting it right now anyway, so. Yeah, just pulling up to a fucking schoolgirl going, hey, can we give you a lift? No, thank you. Yeah, you give me the creeps, I'll pass. Just grab her. Alright, yeah, grabbing her and kidnapping her. And now her brother, is that Francois? What the heck? She's being kidnapped! Maybe that's him. Maybe somebody else. I think that is him. Alright, yeah. Officer, give me that bike! And then he goes a little, like, what are they doing? They're mining in the street? What are you doing? Is this what we did before we had, like, jackhammers? But flung into a bush. It steals a motorcycle. Gets hit by a car. Now he's gonna steal that car, right? Hey, you just ran me over! Can I borrow your car? This guy, okay, I'm gonna love this kid. Alright, catching up. How do I stop him though? Oh my god, pulls out a gun, shoots our tires, we're gonna crash into a building through a chicken coop thing. God, this is so good. I'm loving this. I thought I was gonna read just the first arc of the series. I might stick with this one. This one's really, really fun. And yeah, right to the water. Little froggy little turtle, so cute. Oh my god, I love the low detail. Like, it's like fucking like low detail polygons in a game, like that. Like, you know, it's so low detail. It's just a silhouette. I love it. No, you can't give up. Can't give up. All right, going to rent a car. Or no, this is okay. This is just the parking lot of the Paris Flight Lodge, a private club for aircraft enthusiasts. Okay. You remember? No. Shit. Okay. Yep, forget it. We're just gonna break the law. Fuck it. We've already done it too many times already. And go to the plane. Come on. And it takes off. No. Okay, we're gonna have to hijack a plane. Yep, we're gonna need your plane. Unbelievable. I mean, he's a fly boy, so he'll know how to do it. I haven't even fueled it yet. Oh boy. Oh no. And now already out of gas. This is so fucking funny. This whole sequence. Bail out. Parachute. And he's tied up in the parachute. Francois! Oh my god. I can't believe he actually did. Is he not going to be one of the 9? I was so sure it was going to be like both of them or something with the way we were doing this, but nope. Unbelievable. Such a funny fucking bit. Holy shit, that was so good. Just constant switching of transportation. This is like peak 60s comedy movies as well. Like, you know, everything from like West Side Story to like Mad World, you know, for that, you know, or like plenty of other things as well. But like, this is like, Ishinomori is definitely very well versed in, like, you know, 60s movies. internationally. You know, both like American ones and British ones, and I'm sure probably Russian ones and French ones and everything like that too. Like, you know, everything about this felt so French as well. I don't know how to put it other than just like, you know, it was very, very French. It didn't feel like just set dressing. It was like, you know, it felt very intentional of it. And so, loving how, like, you know, very, very clear whether he did it as, I doubt he did his research. He just seems like a guy who is very, like, you know, into international movies. And the 60s, there's a lot of that stuff. And you're getting it for the first time as well. And now to London, England. This is going to be a fun one to see. I love British 60s movies. It's a great time period. Now, why is the sign say soccer buff? This is in fucking England. It's like, you know, like, yeah, it's like a sake bar thing. But yeah, you think of England, you think of an extremely drunk, fucking raggedy homeless guy. We are broken, let me. I can't do a fucking British accent, but I'm gonna try. Oh, okay, but want a room, like, I don't know. So is this a place where he's trying to stay for the night, or is it a bar? It's got bar-like doors and everything. It says bar right there. What? It's like so much slang. Be a bloke and let me in. Want a room? Bring that sterling. Oh, why be a Wally? Quid just don't perform. Quid don't just perform heaven. Oh no, Quid don't just pour from heaven. Like, you know, like fall from heaven, pour from heaven. Oh, and then it's sobered up with a big splash of water. Who was that? Some old famous stagey. Called himself Great Britain. Oh, he calls himself Great Britain. He's a washed up boozer nowadays. An actor, eh? Hammy now, ain't he? A two-tavern master? And alright, you're gonna think about this guy is so... This guy's gonna be so weird on the team. Evening, fellas. Any booze or fags or the poison to stay with the pains of hunger? Oh, that'll do just fine. I think that's like, you know, just like super high quality alcohol. Couldn't tell until that shot. Alright, get in. Easy peasy. Easy peasy with this one. And now to Africa. We are going to get a black guy. Okay, cool. We're going to get a black guy and Native American. Awesome. And yeah, like, of course, he's going to be extremely, you know, minstrel looking, but like, how can you blame Ishinomori? You know, I can't blame Ishinomori when this is everything he's looking at. Like, you know, you would blame America and stuff like that, the people who are primarily producing this thing. When Disney does something like this, you're like, fuck you, Disney. When a Japanese person does something like this, I'm like, in the 60s, you know, if they did it now, it'd be completely absurd. When a Japanese person does this in the 60s, it's like, I literally can't blame them. They have, you know, like, they're very little being able to see otherwise. You know, they do have being able to see otherwise, but having it be so normalized by Disney stuff, they're like, oh, well, this is normal then. But yeah, there definitely is a distinction because of the time period. You know, you see this and you're like, you know, fucked up, but I understand because of the times. I see somebody like Usopp and I'm like, this is fucking 1995, bro. What the hell? What the fuck hell? But yeah, so one of the slaves trying to escape, and then a plane coming down here to collect them all. Yep. And okay, he gets it. He goes, escapes, runs away. Try and stop him. But, where are they gonna come out? I mean, also, to be fair, Ishinomori gives plenty of the white guys donut lips as well, so it actually takes away some of the sting. Yeah, I ought to shoot you just for whining about it. Bang, bang! And that's how these guys come out. Like, yeah. I love how these guys introduce, like, you know, how they make their appearances to all these things. So cool, or funny, or, you know, heartfelt. But then they point a gun at it. Okay, yeah, you're slave pushers too. Nope, we're in cybernetics. But why are you treating him like a slave too? It's for the gag. It's for the gag. But yeah, also, this is like the only, like, the rest of them were pretty much all like, yeah, I want to do this thing. Versus this is the only one where it's like, he wants to be free, they are forcing him into this. He's the only one who's really getting a shit into the stick here. I mean, that's not true, actually. The girl got kidnapped too. So, okay, two of them being forced into this slavery style. And yeah, no, they're reacting like we like stole their plane or something. I mean, maybe they saw what we were doing, obviously, but like, why are they reacting now? I don't know, but off we go. That was all Chapter 3, gathering up our people. Whew! Okay. Which one is going to be Cyborg 009? Or is that going to be a different guy entirely? So, okay, they're already building 008. But so we're just going to be like talking about number 00, the guinea pig, not 001, but just number 00, the guinea pig. But okay, cool. Good to see them all here. We've already finished the procedure on 001 through 007. They've already begun testing exercises. So okay, I thought when they were fully finished we were going to get like a 2-page spread of them with each of their names or something like that, so I might have to go back and fill in their names, you know, otherwise. But like I wasn't sure which ones were actually going to be turned into the robots or not, but you know, now it's a little bit clearer. But anyway, so I'm going to go through their numbers actually. 001 is an infant, but its electronic brain far exceeds its creator's expectations. He's in a little buggy with like a... this is probably just to keep him cool. It wouldn't like... It would have to facing the other way if it was like a motor. But now we get to like see what his head looked like because it was all covered in bandages. And then 002 can fly through the air at speeds up to Mach 5. I think he's 002 then. And then 003 has been outfitted with heightened sensory acuity. So she just stands there. Ultimate, like, fucking woman superhero power in the 60s. She gets a thing that doesn't look cool, but, you know, is very helpful in a support, you know, thing, but just doesn't look cool. And then 004's 004's whole body has become a weapon. So, okay, he's been just turned into a bunch of different, you know, guns and shit like that, yeah. Okay. There was a Dowman Sayman character in, what was it called? Voynich Hotel that we read on the channel. Again, you can check out those reactions. But there was a character who looked just like this, had a similar gimmick and everything like that. And obviously I've seen, like, characters have, like, their, you know, their body's open and turns into guns and everything like that. But that specific design, like, it had that exact same design of this guy here. And, like, I wonder, you know, if there's just a lot of characters that, like, you know, that's become, like, a trope. You know, the old kind of guy with a pointy face and, like, that kind of hat, you know, is a, like, cyborg weapons all inside of him. But anyway, so yeah, he's got guns all about him, maybe sword arms and stuff, who knows. Then, number 5 is we've grafted armor skin onto 005 and enhanced his strength capacity. So, okay, iron skin and higher strength. So, like, yeah, he's like, it's like a boulder with spikes on it. 006 can shoot flames from his mouth and easily hide himself in rock. What a weird fucking power compared to the rest of them. Like, the hiding himself in a rock feels so specific and strange. He can breathe fire, and also he can breathe fire in a rock to melt it and then hide himself inside of it. I assume that's what they're saying? Weird as hell. 007 can remodel his cellular structure to change his body shape change his body into any shape he chooses. Okay, so yeah, he can just see a cat and become a cat if he wants. Based. I can't believe that wasn't the fucking cat girl. Like, I mean, I guess, you know, it's that guy, right? Is this one that guy? I think it is. But yeah, so the guy who put his girlfriend in a cat costume can turn into you change his body shape into anything he wants. Okay. But okay, so those are all through 7. And then what's 8 going to be able to do? 8 will have incredible aquatic abilities. Implanted an oxygen gas compressor in his internal organs, and functions the same way gills do for fish. So yeah, completely replaced his lungs, heart, and stomach with cybernetic organs. His body frame has been designed to withstand crushing deep-sea pressure. And alright, one's a complete in a day. How is the search going for the next one? Alright, our agents in Japan have just reported in. They believe they found a suitable candidate. So okay, that was our number 00, the guinea pig. I'm not sure what that's about. Like, that was also this whole chapter was like 3 pages. God. But okay. Yeah, I assume it's just like the 00 guinea pigs in general. Okay, took my notes for all of them. I think the only ones we have names for are Ivan, Francois Arnaud, What's a hard name to say? And I'm not even sure if I'm saying the last name correctly. I'll have to look it up. And then Albert. Also, I was wrong. Albert, I said, was the one. Let's go back here. I said this was I said this was Albert, the guy who lost his girlfriend. This is Albert, the guy who lost his girlfriend. This is the English guy. I thought it was the English guy at first, but then I was like, I don't know where. But yeah, I wasn't thinking about it. But no. So yeah, this is the English guy. This is the German guy. Okay. Also, yeah, the German guy being like all the guns and weapons, and then the English guy being like, shapeshifter, the Werewolf of London. So we have 001 Ivan with a cybernetic intelligence. We have 002, who knows, with capable of flight. 003 Francois got heightened senses. We got Albert with the weapons. We got 005. We don't. It's not interesting to go over these anyway because we don't know their names for most of them yet. So we have Ocio, I think, but I'm gonna wait to put down that name to see if it's actually his name. But the birth of 009 in Japan. Just Japan, not also, we have Moscow, Russia, West Side, New York, Paris, France, Berlin, Germany, and then 4, if his name is Oiso, it was just Southwest America, somewhere in Southwest America. None of the states would be right to say that's his home. His home is Southwest America, but even then he says he doesn't have a home, so it's not it's any more specific. And then we just get China, all of China, really, come on. And then London, England, but then just Africa, all of Africa again. But still, it's interesting, the difference. But okay, so in a juvenile hall, Kurihama Juvenile Hall is where our next guy is going to be. And he is trying to escape, beating a jailer over the head, gonna steal that uniform or something. Either way, grabbing those keys, gonna stage a full-on jailbreak. They go, put some cloth over the barbed wire to climb over it. Oh, great, lighting there, great lighting. Alright, hopping down, running away. We got one of them. Pulling him back in. Oh, nope, they just got his pants, he got away. Hell yeah. Oh no, his leg got hurt. But don't want to leave him behind. Very nice girl. But yeah, you want to go back there? It's a tough thing to, you gotta make the decision to leave. It's fucking awful, but God. Good close-up shot there, actually. Haven't seen anything like that in Astro Boy. Nothing like this dynamic. But yeah, it says a lot, of how this is depicted, they're leaving a fucking concentration camp, but that's every prison. And then send out the slave collectors to come bring you back. But okay, so here I think is our 009. Okay, this way. Whew, down this path. Bring up a roadblock. Alright, someone pulling up. What's going on? I'm in a breakout. 5 or 6 are still out there. But okay, that was our guys. Hey, did you hear that? We can grab one of the runaways. Let's see if this works. It's a bug thing that they just, it's a cybernetic, beetle. Yep, they can see through its eyes. Cool. Dope. This series is so ahead of its time. My God. But also, we are in a big spy boom right now, to be fair. But just the fact that it's a drone sort of thing, as opposed to I feel if this was in James Bond, it wouldn't be like this. I don't know how to exactly put it, but I imagine them using a bug drone. I can't imagine that, actually. It's actually much lower tech. But alright, they found him. But yeah, one of them is not going to make it out, clearly. And okay, his name is Joe. Cool. You're gonna lay low in Tokyo. Yeah, Tokyo sounds good too. Anywhere but here is fine with me. It's not like there's anyone out there for me. So okay, he's a kind of dark guy. No parents, no brothers, no sisters. Nope, all alone. Rolled right out of the orphanage and straight into juvie. Can't even remember what my folks looked like. Also very different from the rest. Oh, the rest of them, most of them actually, not the rest of them, but most of them have another person in their life, but he doesn't, or had. They died, but... And then they just walk up and capture back in the box. But now, don't worry, we ain't with the police. And also, we got guns, gas guns, and they were wearing, shit over their face as well. That's even scarier. But, gas him up, and oh, this boy fell right onto his fucking spine. Jesus. Yeah, I don't care. This one, load him up, just leaving the other one behind, passed out on the fucking rocks. Like, these guys started out, I was kind of like, you know what, it's not as bad as, like, even like a cult. No, it's way worse. Throw him in the trunk, take him away. And off a fucking cliff, straight into the water, down, and then it resurfaces back up. So fucking cool, so ahead of its time. My god, my god, my god. Actually, this would have been around the same time that, the movie, Atragon? Yes, Atragon's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, the kaiju movie Atragon. Kaiju movie Atragon. It's an Ishiro Honda movie. It's a Toho movie. But yeah, like, similar kind of thing. Like, again, this is definitely in the water at this point. Everybody's got this sort of idea, but like, this is so much cooler. Like, there was like a Toho movie that did something like this, but it wasn't nearly as cool as this. Nowhere near as cool. Dope, dope, dope. Love it. And then, yeah, so we go to the ship, and it opens up a hangar for us. We drive straight into the hangar, and then it submerges. So it's a fucking submarine as well. And then, what? Oh, he's like, the submarine's submerging, and we're waking up. Again, transitions in early manga. So cool. Strapped down to that table. God, yeah, you were dark, you thought shit couldn't get any worse, you thought you were an edgy little boy. Shit can get a lot worse. Shit can get a lot worse. It's gonna get creepy as fuck. This is gonna be like a fucking alien abduction. Oh, yeah, pump him full of something, make him pass out. Alright, first, a new heart. Cut him open. God, like, okay, so, like, yeah, we're seeing, like, the light, but, like, we're seeing this all from his perspective. That's awful. That's awful. And I was going to say, like, why are they cutting him like this? But we're cutting away to holding a knife up in front of the sun. As you're, like, this is both, like, the overhead light of the operating table, and then it transitions into the sun. Seeing somebody throw knives and just talking. Finish this last one, and then we start. No, not yet. Getting them was just stage 1. Now they go into the testing phase. Once the prototypes are approved, move into mass production. Okay. And yeah, where'd be the last one? Who knows, Japan? Okay, so it'll be a week until the enhancements are complete. Got some downtime until then. Take a vacation, but I've had enough traveling. I've been going all over the place. Just want to relax a bit. But alright, they got him in his suit and everything. Nice to meet you, brother. What was that? The rest of them? The rest of the cyborgs? Cyborg 001. Or is he telepathic? And now you are Cyborg 009. Yeah, where is he? You don't have to speak so loud. We can communicate telepathically. I can hear your thoughts. Just number 1 and others? I assume just number 1 and others can do that. But the test has begun, so okay, so like that's a week's passed now. He's woken up. They each have like a gun on them as well, I assume. Maybe it's just him, but I assume the rest do. But alright, this is gonna be like the danger room in X-Men, I assume. Okay, the wall just busts down and there's a big old robot you gotta fight. Cyborgs are supposed to be better than robots, so. And it's got all these fingers are so cool with little hollow fingertips. Very dope design. Very dope design. Damn, that stance. Oh, but awesome outfit, instant like Sentai outfit. Like always a little bit Kamen Rider as well, but it feels way more Sentai. Oh, I love this head too, like the shape of it. Very like you'll see that in a lot of mecha stuff going forward. What kind of test is this? Yeah, he has no idea what's happening. He has no idea he was I mean, I guess he was just told he was a cyborg. To be fair, but like that's not really registering right now. And here's where the fun starts. It's gonna like shoot beams out of it. No, oh, it's just grabbing for him. I thought it was gonna shoot some beams out of those finger holes. But nope, just grabbing for him. God damn. Straight through the sheet metal. And how did I get up here? Yeah, my powers. Like, I'm so strong, so agile. Maybe his is like, super agility or something. Yeah, God, yeah, lighter body. But oh, it did grab him though. It did grab him. But okay, he's got super strength as well, even. Just like, just the native guy. Alright, slams it down on its back. Wow, never been able to do that before. And okay, now it does have some guns in those fingers. But he's got the, like, iron body as well. Maybe he's got the abilities of all of them put together and just him? That'd be crazy. God, he's got such a... The way his eyes are drawn is so, like... like, it's the way that Go Nagai actually draws, like, eyes of characters like this. Like, obviously Akira from Devilman, but also... what's his fucking name? The kid from Abashiri family. But yeah, like... That, like, I don't know what you would call this other than, like, psychopath pupils, where, like, they have just an extra ring, Like, he just has you don't really see it as much here. Like here, we should got like that extra ring. But even here is very like distinct look. Very distinct look. Compared to how he draws everybody else, he's clearly drawing this kid in like a different style. The like hatching is also different. Or it's definitely much more crisp. But alright. Climb out of this hole. Straight to what, tank aiming at? Yep, a tank aiming straight at you. Great. Like the bright light making it so that way it's all overwashed. You gotta fight a tank now. You gotta just fight a tank. But this is much more what you're actually gonna be fighting, assumingly. I guess unless you're thinking that other countries are gonna make robots to fight in space. But I guess, yeah, are you fighting a tank in space? I don't know, but it's a test. Yeah, this part's still part of the test. Now, at the edge of a cliff. What you gonna do? How you gonna take it down? Gotta find a way. Big leap above, on top of it, and then just kick it or hit it with your butt. I think he just hit it with his butt off the cliff. But I hope there wasn't a person in there. God, it fell and bonk off the fucking cliff as well. But I really hope there wasn't a person in there. And okay, yep. Another one. A fucking jet plane. Yeah, they are not giving up. But he leaps on top of it, onto the undercarriage. And brings it down into the water. Oh, nice. Nice. Deep it goes. Deep in there. All the way till it hits the bottom and digs itself into the dirt. God damn. God damn. But then, like, what is he doing? Like, breaking into it or just breaking free of it to get away? And I'm underwater and breathing, so he has the ability of all of them. Okay. Like, the pressure is not doing anything either. And, like, it's dark, but I can see. Is that also 0-8's ability, or is that the sensory ability? I love him just, like, sticking his head out, little peek, like, any more tests? Any more tests? Alright, swim back to shore. And once you get there, an army to also... Okay, I don't think there's another test. I think this is a, like, congratulations. Okay, test is over. Well done. You should be proud of yourself. 009. Or 009, sorry. Alright, let me introduce you to your new teammates. Please give me their names. I want them so badly. Which one are you? Are you the shape-shifting Englishman? You look insane. That's what you decided to shape-shift yourself into? And of course she's carrying the baby boy. Oh, but okay, here's our whole squad. You look ridiculous. And instantaneously, as you are introducing the final cyborg to them, meet your new friends. They instantly... The jig is up, geezer. Put your hands on your head or you're all dead. Crazy. They can't rebel on us. We're their masters. Fuck off. Incredible. I can't believe this is what you shapeshift yourself into. You're insane. What a weird guy. But yes, so many of them are the kind of people who would want to do this. I wonder if this is going to work. I would assume it might work, but like, are we going to be permanent without any of these guys and we're just going to all be on our own? Or, you know, is they can change their mind or something? Obviously, this is a joke. Does it look like a joke? Okay, just a feet shot. Oh, one guy. I'm not sure. Maybe he didn't get hit. Maybe. Yeah, you turned us into killing machines. We're just doing what you designed us to do. Also, really respect having the black guy, like the black slave from Africa, being already like extremely well spoken, and we're performing our role with aplomb. Like, my God, extremely well spoken. Like, that is 100% intentional. But okay, so she's the only one against it. Put those away. We don't want to partake in the violence they meant us for. Shut up. But okay, so we're just leaving. We're just out of here. We're not gonna like kill them or anything. We're just leaving. And you're like, oh, we have agents everywhere. Okay, send your agents after us. We'll kill them. Yeah, we'll take our chances. And he's just right about to fucking shoot him. We should take a hostage. Yeah, you're right. Alright, Dr. Gilmore, the one with the big-ass nose, the square Ochanomizu. Alright, we're taking Gilmore with us. Alright. But he's got a bad sense about this. Or no, I guess it's just like, yeah, what about you, 009? You coming with us? No, don't go, don't let them deceive you. You're a lot stronger than all of them. Yeah, you should stop them right now. You got all their powers. Destroy him, I command you. Yeah, is this really what you want? A bunch of death merchants just shouting at you? But you're welcome to join us. Join them, 009. Okay, who are you? Okay, now finally introduce yourself. I'm 001, the baby in 003's arm. Goo goo gaga. Yeah, it's incredulous, but it's true. Until I learn how to speak, I'm forced to use telepathy. Awesome. You're so much less well-spoken than the fucking slave guy. That's crazy. Alright, I'll explain the telepathy later. Right now, do you want to join us? And does the baby have a gun? Okay, the baby doesn't have a gun. Sad. Sad times. But alright. We have to leave. We have to go off on our own. That is the journey of a hero. That is the journey of a boy. Even if he is a cyborg. Traitors, despicable creations, ingrates. We're ungrateful? How the hell do you figure that? And yeah, before we got to you, you were nothing but misfits. Through us, you were born anew. We're your parents. Parents give their children bodies. We're monsters. You've robbed us of ours. And alright, so he's got like some shock fingers. Also, like, not the personality I would have possibly expected. I feel like a lot of their personalities shifted quite a bit when they went through these transformations, because this guy's personality, I mean, also, when his girlfriend died, he might have just went into shock and became the fucking Joker. But, yeah, take him down. I don't think we killed him or anything, but... okay, yeah. Didn't kill him. I wanted to, but I made a promise to Dr. Gilmore. Okay. And, like, was Dr. Gilmore in on this? They may be evil, but killing them is not the answer. For years I've worked alongside them, watching as they plotted their wicked schemes, and today their villainous work has come to an end. Okay, so he helped plan the rebellion. That's why they're like, you can't possibly be going against our orders. Well, it's different orders. Alright, being introduced to everybody, but still not through names. I'm 004. Wait, where is 004? Who's saying that? I guess that is... No, because, yeah, no, he's supposed to be 2, but this bubble's pointed at him. But no, he is 2. So, yeah, I'm 4, I'm 2. Yeah, we're 001, 003, 005, 007, 006, and 008. Alright, let's take a crack at this. I'm 004. I'm 002. We're 001 and 003. 005. I'm 007. I'm 006. And I'm 008. And you, my boy, are 0009. My name is Dr. Isaac Gilmore. Welcome to the fucking team, buddy. Yeah, that's a lot to process. But alright, we gotta get off the island quickly as well, before they like wake up and do something. It's been a massacre! But okay, this anti-electromagnetic wave jacket saved me, I see. So he had a fucking... He planned for something like this. But alright, he's gonna go try and stop us. Shit. I guess that's why we had to get away from here as fast as possible. Looks cool as hell, this fucking scarves look so cool. You just say to a crab, open, and then this crab can unlock many secrets. Alright, cool. So, like, not just here. This crab in general can unlock many secrets. Now, are these robots or people? Okay, they are people. Identification. Dr. Gilmore. And these the cyborgs I'm working with. Alright, please enter. Oh, they are robots. Okay. Yeah, just like the crab, I assume. But alright, here we are at a war factory. Much of the world depends on, and even profits by, the possibility of war. The corporations and corruptions that manufacture the instruments of war, all the way down to the bankers and investors that pay for it. Therefore, there is a global conspiracy to keep the threat of war very much alive. This secret base was built using funds from these warmongers. Some of the most deadly weapons ever created found their genesis here, including you. And yeah, bombers and everything. But okay, getting in them. We're going to take those out of here. But before that, I'm not sure, like the uh-oh. I don't know, because like the uh-oh and then like an alarm. That's where the fun begins. So I guess just like, yeah, like the sound of the alarm, then the alarm, like we're just like, uh-oh, alarm, we got to get out of here. I don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry, I'll teach you. First, push the blue button, then the red button. Okay, now flip the yellow switch. Okay, the good thing is all color-coded. Alright, off we go. And all, like, the robots have turned against us because I guess, like, the guy with the jacket, did that. Alright, now grab the steering column, steer yourself toward the runway. Now gun it! yeah, he's turned them against us. These are the black aces. But alright, out we go. And we are far too fast to be kept up with. Oh, but we got company action. No, they're sending a whole other squadron after us. And Ch.0-9 is dropping formation to go handle him himself or something. Or maybe he's just like, yeah, he's just bad at flying, actually. But like, these are some like UFO-ass planes, too. But alright, evasive maneuvers. Just dodging it as much as we can. Alright, concentrate, stay calm. First, pull up. Force them to disperse. And everyone else, cover him while he does. Is he okay? Gaga. Okay. We're doing it, though. We're doing it. And yeah, nice. Giving us cover. Hell yeah. But they fire off some very interesting looking guns. Nosh on it, huh? You're British. I keep forgetting you're fucking British. I should have given you a British voice. Nosh on it, hun. God. Can't believe you're the fucking British man. Now, I mean, you've gone from one kind of British man into a completely bald fucking terrorist. What am I trying to say? Just those fucking, like, bald fucking skinhead dudes. But alright, there we go. That's one down. Got a lot of these, though. But alright, yeah, we are wiping them out now. I'm saying that when we've killed, like, a couple of them, one or two, but... Okay, we gotta wrap this up before they engage the Z-beam. Okay, and, like, yeah, they're in, like, a much better plane, three of them. So, rendezvous at X Island is planned. X Island is a different island from the one with the Cyborg Lab X. But alright, Godspeed, soldiers. We'll see you there. I love actually how, like, very, like, organized and military like they are, but without, like, without wanting, like, they don't want to be like that, but they kind of are. But okay, either way, they just charge the Z-beam regardless. It's just like a lightning beam, it seems. Zap beam. But it wasn't too effective, actually. Alright, we got two options. You can either blast them with your machine gun, or you can cut them in two with the wings. These lightweight wings are made of special alloy. It will rip right through their planes. Okay, cool, hell yeah, let's do that. Stay calm and strike, and then shoo, straight through him. And yet, after he's flown through the plane, after he's flown through and blown up the plane, then you say, don't worry, the planes are unmanned radio-controlled drones. I wanted to wait until after I got you to kill somebody to tell you, actually, you didn't, don't worry. But alright, and just cutting off their antennas to have the Z-beam as well. Hell yeah. Just slicing through these fuckers. This is so sick as a hell. How is this a manga from 1963 or 64, whatever, fucking crazy good? This is nutso mode. Yeah, the Z-beams all pointing at him. But he just barely managed to make it out, and they hit each other instead, but he's confused. Or just the rest of us got our back. Okay. Maybe. I'm not sure. If the rest of us got our back or, like, you know, if they just managed to hit each other. I'm not sure. But yeah, awesome teamwork. Love to see the team doing good together like this. Alright, everybody else is waiting, so let's go join them. Yeah, what's X Island? An island looks like an X? Yes, indeedy it is. With a bunch of seals. I think those are, nope, those are not seals, those are like lizards? Yeah, a bunch of lizards. Okay. But alright, was this whole like wall gonna open up? Yep, okay. Like, or just a cave was there the whole time, not sure. So yeah, we're going like underwater as well or something? I'm not sure. Oh, there's like a wave. Okay, you gotta avoid the wave. Oh, that is some hard timing. So that's why we couldn't see it, you know, in this panel, because like the wave is lapping up against it. But like once the wave goes away, just enough space. Just enough space. Cool as hell. And it splashes behind us. Awesome. So sick as hell. Oh, had a tight ass runway. Instant stop. Instant stop. You have to stop on a dime. Goo goo. Cool, cool, cool. And then the dolphins are pissed. I hope this isn't a robot thing. I don't know. But anyone hungry? I could sure eat. Cut off the fucking tail. That's so mean. These faces are so good. I love them. Love them. They're so shocked at him doing that too. He just karate chops it off as well, I think. Alright, Chapter 7. 10,000 versus 10 warriors. God damn. And, oh, the tails are a delicacy. And yeah, hard to fight on an empty stomach. Like, I really do love having heroes who have to hunt their own food and eat their own stuff, having to have, like, survival stuff going on in it as well. Always a big fan of that. Righto, Gov. What goes a lizard? Okay, and then how about some fish? So, 0-0-8 jumps in the water to get some fish. Okay, so this, okay, no, this is not, I mean, he is still going to get us fish, but also in this panel, I thought this was him also saying I'll be back in a flash, but no, this is 0-0-2 going to get us some, just get us some poultry. Oh my god, so many, got the eggs as well. This expression. I make an excellent minced meat, you know. Just karate chop them. Oh, my left hand can function as a knife. Okay, so chopping them up. Yep. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And my right hand, a machine gun. Does all sorts of tricks. Haven't even tested most of them. It's like I'm a living, breathing weapon. Scientists nickname me the God of Death. Shinigami. Okay, we're just going to go through everybody. Number 006, his nickname is The Mole. Okay? Yeah, notice he's pretty good at burrowing. Did we see him burrow? When did he do that? I guess he just did it off panel. But, okay, so yeah, the mole found us a mole. We're going to get, yeah, an actual big feast here. We got poultry, we got eggs, we got lizard, we got fish. Won't be as tasty as hair lizard here. Don't call it hair lizard. Allow me. Okay, yeah, right. Yes, you have the fire breath. Right. And hey, save me a bite. Okay, his nickname is Merman. He can breathe in realms where there's no air. So can he also breathe in space? Possible. But alright, hell yeah, getting a good catch here. And we're gonna have to put the baby down to bed. Oh, I see. 001 needs milk. Milk? Leave it to me. Must be some in the southern fields. Phew! Go get some cows. Yeah, it didn't vanish. She just, flew. Moving faster than the naked eye can track. We clocked 002 speeds at up to Mach 5. Needless to say, he can fly too. Thus, the nickname Jet. Of course. The Jets from West Side Story. Okay, goat's milk. That works. Just kidnapped a goat. Alright, and we call 001 the Brain. He may talk like a baby, but his mental abilities are beyond human. Alright, food's ready. Alright, everybody gather around and eat. It looks like everybody's just having the poultry. Nobody had the fish. Nobody had the mole. Nobody's having the eggs. But this team is a marvel of modern science. But you, my boy, you are the pinnacle of cyberhuman achievement. Manifest in you is the sum of our success, void of imperfections, a masterpiece of war technology. There is no ability among the lot of them that you cannot also embrace. Yes, as I thought, he is the jack of all traits. He's got everything they've got. I can't do what they do. I'm just a kid. You were a kid. A week ago. And so, okay, he's been out for a week. But I mean, yeah, they've been doing a bunch of experiments on him while he was out. And okay, yeah, 009, you're Japanese, right? Oh, Japanese? He doesn't look Japanese. He's got brown hair. I mean, okay, but it's on cover. Right. But yeah, definitely a sore spot for him, for sure. So 009's real name is Joe Shimura. He's half Japanese. Oh, and this is the baby speaking. He was born to a Japanese mother and a father whose nationality is yet to be revealed. Just the mangaka straight out saying, like, I'm not revealing it yet. Soon after his birth, Joe's mother passed away, landing Joe in a string of orphanages. When he was old enough to seek employment, the state drove him out of the orphanage system. Searching for work, struggling to survive, Joe faced the cruelty of a Japan unaccepting of his mixed ethnicity. This turned Joe into an aggressive youth. Yeah, a lot of this at the time. Well, I mean, still a lot of this today, you know? I mean, Japan faces this a lot, you know? It's a big problem for them, the absolute, what's the word, like xenophobia of it and everything like that. Even with Half-Bloods, you know, still, I mean, still equally as fucking rude to Half-Bloods. It's not like they're like, oh, you're slightly better because you're Half-Blood. No, they don't give a shit. They still treat you basically as a complete foreigner. And this lines up very perfectly with the very Japanese mindset of the mother is the start of the adventure, the father is the end of the adventure. You leave your mother to find your father. That is the hero's journey in Japan. You leave your mother to find your father, so we got that going on with Joe Shimura here as well. Also the fact, like, these three are the ones, like, we're seeing, listening to this part of it. Because they've probably all gone through something very, very similar. You know, they've also probably, I wouldn't be surprised if all three of them have lost their mother, landed in a string of orphanages, and then, you know, had to seek employment, you know, at a too young age. And then, yeah, the state drove them out of the orphanage system, and searching for work, struggling to live, facing the cruelty of the country for their, like, further ethnicity. I mean, maybe not, like, you know, for these two, but not for that guy. But, like, yeah, turning him into an aggressive youth, that describes, you know, a lot of us here, but not really. It describes definitely these three the most. You know, we don't really know what his situation was, but he was clearly in a bad spot. And, you know, China's not a great place, you know, for ethnicity shit in general anyway, so... either way, like, you know, these three, it's hitting them the hardest. That's why we're seeing them. But yeah, love getting the shit. Just love getting the shit in fucking 60s manga. And consumed with anger and spurned by his nation, he wound up in the juvenile justice system. And then during a recent escape from detention, the Black Ghost swooped in and abducted the lad. But yeah, so he's like, how do you know all this about me? How do you know all this? I didn't know it, I felt it from you. Okay. I have the ability to feel your thoughts. To feel them. And yeah, the baby being like, it's okay, 009. Do not feel ashamed of having mixed blood. You should be proud. A symbol of the erosion of borders between nations and races. Exactly. You know, it's what I've said all the time. Mixed people really are the perfect, like, you know, symbol, as they are, a symbol of the erosion of borders between nations and races, breaking down, you know, all these arbitrary lines that have been in, you know, the sand for all of humanity. But slowly, we break these lines. And, like, our group here as well is that as well. Our cyborg group is a symbol of the erosion of borders between nations and races. And it's sad because you could definitely feel a lot of this in the 60s and as we're going through the 60s and then a little bit into the 70s. But even, like, halfway through the 70s, everybody went kind of like, okay, actually, you know what? I'm not sure if this is happening. But I love reading shit from the 60s and early 70s where there is this very, very earnest and true belief that we won't have borders that much longer. And it's sad to see that we are moving away from that again, but one day, hope that the world has no borders. And yeah, especially 009 saying, or sorry, 008 saying, we humans are all brothers. Yeah, that's true. Humans? I don't know. Can you still call us humans? Half human, perhaps, thanks to the marvels of modern science. But yeah, it's not Dr. Gilmore's fault. I don't know. It's partially his fault. The blame falls on more than one man, and these new abilities suit me just fine. But a little consultation and a stab at seeking permission would have been nice! Yeah. And I was tricked. Many of us were. Were you? What do you mean? It seemed like such a benefit to mankind, creating humans with amazing abilities. Heroes. But I mean, we're not saying that you're bad because of, you know, the people are bad. We're saying you're bad because you didn't give us consent. And yeah, the ultimate aim of this project was hardly the benefit of mankind. Yeah, so he helped us escape. But yeah, what is their ultimate aim? We're nothing more than test subjects, prototypes for mass production. Once Black Ghost perfects cyber technology, they'll sell it to the rest of the world. And once one nation buys it, the others will follow, instigating a new arms race. Yep. Why would they do such a thing? Money. Yep. To perpetuate war, because war perpetuates money. And if nations are at war, who profits? Whoever's making the weapons. That's how we started this thing. The merchants of death. Why do you think banks lend such ludicrous sums of money to other nations? I'll tell you, the last priority on their list is feeding the hungry masses. The capital behind the Cyborg Laboratory comes from bankers, weapons makers, and at the head of it all, one sick man hell-bent on keeping the world in a perpetual state of war. And then, well, let's just turn the page to get that. Well, okay, I thought we were going to get a big spread of him, Black Ghost, but I definitely want to read some more Ishinomori shit. Definitely want to read some more Ishinomori shit. God damn. The politicalness of this is so much stronger. I've heard my entire life, like, oh yeah, Tezuka's so political, but compared to this, Tezuka's, like, not political at all. I mean, he is, but compared to this, I love how absolutely straightforward Ishinomori is with this. He is not fucking around. He is making a kid's manga that is directly telling you how the world is fucked up, who's fucking up the world, who specifically you should be angry at in this world. And, like, you know, things like, you know, the race thing, and things like talking about, you know, having the half-blood and stuff like that, and just having a very diverse team and everything like that. I mean, any other manga I'm going to read at this time is going to be all Japanese people. Ishinomori, insanely good. Fuck yeah, we gotta read more Ishinomori on this channel. I mean, all that aside, the art is impeccable. The fucking characters are written so well. That's been pissing me off so much about some of these 60s stuff. It's like the characters suck shit so much. They're so boring. There's nothing to them. They're like, surely the premise of, like, oh, they're a cyborg, or oh, they're a robot, or whatever is enough. But it's not enough. It's not enough. Thank you, Ishinomori. My God. But that doesn't make any sense. If anybody decided to use nuclear weapons, everyone would die. Then these guys who want war, even these guys who want war. But I mean, that's the fucked up part of the world, is that you go, you understand this is making the world worse for you too, right? And they go, I don't care as long as I get my money in the short term. Like, we're also seeing that a lot with, like, corporations now, where they're, like, just trying to get as much short-term profits as they are. They're not caring about, like, is this good for even me, the person, the CEO, in the long term? I don't care about that. I just want my money right now, today. And it's the same thing. They don't care if we actually go to war. We don't care if everybody dies, as long as they get their money before everybody dies. It's an insane mindset. It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel human. Like, how can you have that mindset and call yourself a human? You're not. Which, again, ties so perfectly into this whole thing of, like, oh, we're not humans, but we're so much more human than the humans. Always a sucker for that shit. That's why I love Frankenstein stories so much. And that's where we come in. We're the next stage of the great arms race. And okay, so that's what they're saying. Like, okay, we don't want everybody to die via nuclear weapons, so we're then bringing in these guys. Soon every country will have their own cyborg army. Cybernetic soldiers who expand the war area to even under the ocean or outer space. Yeah, away from human. Cyborg against cyborg with no regard for the human that lies within. I mean, that's drones. That's what we do now with drones. Like, you know, very, very, like, what am I trying to say? Very, very predictive without trying to be predictive. It's not trying to be predictive, but yet it ended up being it, you know? Where this is just about, like, you know, the only difference is that it's not really like drone versus drone, no regard for the human within the drone, but just no regard for the human life being killed by the drone. So it's still different, but, like, you know, so more harsh than this. I mean, that's always the case, right? Where you read a fucking manga that has a fucked up military doing fucked up shit, and you're like, this is still nowhere near how fucked up the military is in real life. And yeah, they can't do that. They've already done it, 009. Oh, love this whole talk so much. This, like, you know, that feeling you have as a kid of, like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would the world be like this? It doesn't benefit them either. And then being like, that's just how it is. It doesn't seem real. Doesn't seem like it should be possible. But, like, having kids understand this stuff for the first time, having them having to wrap their minds around, wait a second, cops are bad? It's just like something, you know, so innocent to kids, you know, waking up to X, Y, or Z within the world. I mean, it's just also so nice reading a 60s manga where the plot is directly, we need to get this man woke. That's the direct plot of this chapter is, we need to make 009 woke. He's not woke like the rest of us, we need to make him more woke. I love seeing it. And again, like, on the channel, I say in every single one of my videos, Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, trans rights supporting shit. And it's still on the manga that I do on the channel that gets the most amount of people who, like, people just randomly stumble upon the videos and then have a problem with that is Tezuka. I don't know why, but Astro Boy has the most amount of people who try and leave, you know, hate comments. I have all my comments held for review. I don't let any fucking hate comments get through. No worries. But yeah, you know, it's crazy that Tezuka has so much people coming to these fucking reactions and being like, how dare you say Black Lives Matter? And yet, like, I feel like Ishinomori, if that, I mean, to be fair, there's always people like that in every fucking thing. There's fucking right-wingers who like Rage Against the Machine. There's right-wingers who like fucking Fallout, you know, there's Gundam, you know, they're all over the goddamn place. They're so goddamn stupid. But, like, you know, I want to believe that nobody watching this reaction or stumbling upon it for the first time would be that stupid. I can hope and believe that there's not Ishinomori fans out there who are that stupid. But what's going on? They hear something? A noise, an engine, a boat, perhaps a submarine. Coming by sea and air. Okay, yeah, the 10,000's coming. Time to split, mates. But no, can't. What do you mean? Oh, they already surrounded us, so we can't. So, okay, I thought you meant, like, all of us split up, but they meant, like, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot tougher than last time. A lot tougher. Yeah, not facing the Black Ace drones like before. This is a dangerous enemy. Okay. Try to take them alive. Kill only as a last resort. We have too much invested in this experiment. So yeah, they don't want to kill us, they want to keep us. And yeah, experiment, huh? Take them alive, huh? Interesting. Let's show them how alive we really are. Oh, a dolphin spy? Okay, so the dolphin was a spy. God damn it. Okay, so you created, I created that dolphin as a guard animal for this base. Dolphins have a larger brain mass than humans, so it was relatively simple to reconstruct their brains to be more human-like. Okay, cool. Immediately, I'm gonna go tear that dolphin apart. Not if I beat it to you. Not if I beat you to it, chum. Okay, they're big both do this? I thought he was gonna stop him, but he's like, no, I'm going to, and then it seems like he is going to. If any more show up, we should try and give them all the slip. Wouldn't want to face down an army of dolphins. Okay, so yeah, that might be an army. I don't remember, did we just see the one or did we see multiple? But, okay, so yeah, you can shapeshift into a fucking dolphin? Oh my god. This looks so weird. This looks so weird. Oh my god. Okay, so 007 is chameleon. Okay, he can change his cellular structure into any shape he chooses. Fully, not just like I can rearrange my face, but like I can fucking turn into a dolphin. That's weird. That's weird. That's gonna be kinky as shit. There is no way you can turn into an animal at will and not be fucking like 90 years old and have the strangest fetishes on earth. This is gonna fuck you up so much. And okay, so yeah, she's got like cybernetic ears and stuff. Yeah. Enhanced sensory abilities in general. Okay. But over there, jokes, just some flies. She got, X-ray vision. She was X-raying through the wall to see them. Or maybe she was X-raying through them. Now we're seeing them come through the thing, but she was tracking them and then... But either way, machine gun hands. Take them down. You can just shoot these flies out of the air. And yeah, of course, robotic buggers. these buggers are robotic. And they got cameras and microphones, assumingly. And here comes the fucking bombers. Holy shit. Better take a look at this. What is this? It's a detailed diagram of your enhancements. Right now? Right now? Okay. I mean, I guess he's got to know what he can do. Okay. Yes. This, again. Love 60s shit so much. Getting this shit in comics in the 60s, so awesome. It's also, like, right on the, like, verge of them, like, stopping doing this. We got a lot of this in the, like, early 60s. And then once we got to, like, 65, they just basically stopped, Marvel basically stopped doing this. I'm talking Marvel Comics. I forgot to say anything. Yeah, did a lot of this in Marvel Comics. We haven't actually seen this much in, like, other 60s manga, to be fair. Really just this. But, either way, love this shit, so... In the brain, we got a language translator. We also got an artificial brain for memory equipment. The artificial brain is just memory equipment. Okay, like helps us have better memory and stuff. We got polarized lenses for dark vision in our eyes. We got an electromagnetic reception device in our ear. And we've got probably a, like, separate one to transmit somewhere else. A voice translator. That's a translator, though. It's not a, like, transmitter. But we have a language translator and a voice translator. So, like, if someone spoke another language to us, we could translate it. If we spoke a language, or, like, if we just, like, we could speak in, like, Japanese and it could come out in Chinese. So I wonder if the whole team's speaking different languages, or if they're all speaking Japanese. They might just all be speaking Japanese because of the doctor, but I don't know. He's got an acceleration switch right here, like in his molars or something. He's got olfactory enhancements. He's got an artificial stomach down here in his stomach. Got an artificial heart. Which one's the artificial? So this is the artificial heart, the artificial stomach, or no, is that the artificial stomach? Which one's which? We also got artificial lungs. Okay, these are the lungs, that's the heart, that's the stomach. Got it. The artificial lungs recycle oxygen for 1 hour. So yeah, we can basically do what Merman does and stuff, but, just only for an hour. Carbon dioxide to oxygen alteration equipment. Okay, 666, that's like, where is that? Is that like these things right here? I'm not sure what it's pointing to exactly. Did we go over the electromagnetic wave transmission device? Okay, that's the transmitter. The transmitter's in our throat. Okay, well, we got one in our throat here, then we got one on the side of our thing here to transmit. Okay. We got artificial skin, stronger than rubber and steel. We got an oxygen tank stuffed in our body as well for the oxygen dioxide to oxygen alteration equipment. It can probably be stored in there. We got a nutrient fluid. Nutrient fluid is also manufactured here, so okay, so there's a separate thing, like here's the nutrient fluid, and then here's where it's manufactured, but so it's just loose in our body? It doesn't go to our stomach, it's just kind of loose? What do you mean? I guess it like manufactures it and puts it here, and then it can be transferred up there to the stomach? I don't know. But we got our nutrients just that can be delivered into our body at any time we need. That's dope. We got a laser pistol here in its holster. We got a laser rifle here, assumingly. Do we have a thing for that? We don't. We don't have anything pointing out the rifle. But, and then what's going on here with his arm and leg is artificial muscle allows him the strength of 100 men and the ability to go Mach 3. Okay, I do like that we're keeping it low. Like, he has got everything everybody else does, but to a lesser degree. I do like that. Everybody else does, like, is stronger than him in their specific ways. Then artificial bones made of reinforced plastic. Oh, just plastic. I know plastic can be strong, but every time I hear it. And then you got a stabilization system in his thighs to keep him standing. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, just like overlapping. He clearly drew these panels first and then just overlapped it over top of it. But okay, we got our whole system worked out. And this is interesting because it's like, this isn't what he's looking at, because we can still see the bombers here as well. So this must be like, but it's also not him standing there like that, I assume, because he is looking at it still, so I'm not sure. We just threw the bombers up here just because. Yeah, from the sky and the sea, surrounded on all sides. Bombers, submarines, battleships, Jesus Christ. And okay, caught the dolphin. But I'm not sure what the point of this is. Maybe to find out, like, what it told them? Okay, weighs a bleeding ton. Cut off its nose. Why? Why? Okay, it was a tracking device. Okay, I thought you were just being really cruel. It's a turn back. You look so weird. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh, that's gotta be so fucking weird. You're so weird, but honestly, you might be my favorite. I don't know. You're so fucking weird, but I love you. I just love how insanely, like, Cockney British you are. Like, those tossers. This wet one leaked our hideout. 001, does it know what's coming for us? I love him. What does this look? 159 T-28 heavy bombers. Jesus Christ. 159 of them. 50 BG submarines, whatever that means. 10 Jonathan warships. And more 30 RR tanks. I don't know what any of these acronyms are, but 20 D-13 robots, 3 divisions of SM Robot Corps, 40 spy dolphins, so capturing this didn't really help much, and countless spy bugs. Whew, that's way too much. That's a hell of a lot. And each of these, of course, has a bunch of people as well. Like, at least the battleships have a ton of people. Submarines got a ton of people. But, like, so we got bombers, submarines, warships, tanks, robots, more robots, spy dolphins, spy bugs. Oh my god, that's their squad? Yeah, it's a hell of a lot. Blimey, they sure flex their chops. All that for just us. And yeah, I'm surprised they didn't send more. A lot of you underestimates your abilities. Yeah, it feels crazy overkill, though. You have to understand, scientists, man. This is how the... If you think they should have sent more, it's a real, like, you know, if this isn't enough to stop us, how is, like, 50 more submarines gonna stop us, right? Like, maybe just to exhaust us or something? Maybe that's it. Like, you know, they're just planning to, like, if we can exhaust them, that's probably it. Or, like, wear out our, you know, machinery, whatever. And yeah, the true also, they want to keep you all intact, so we can do whatever we want. They've got restrictions. But also, they'd rather kill you than let you escape to the outside world. So don't run then. I think that's the only thing. Just keep fighting. Don't run. The moment you try and run away, they might kill you. So as long as you keep going forward into battle, we'll be okay. We're going to fight or run? We're running forever. No, we got to fight. If we run, they're going to try and kill us. If we fight, they're not. And okay, bugs just flew in. They know we're in the cave. Alright, listen up. Leaving is no longer an option. We have the advantage of knowing the island. So we gotta do the offense ourselves. We know that they are under orders not to kill us. We know they're deathly afraid of us. And we know they will eventually have to make our own path out of here. So what? We're just gonna sit here? No! Of course not. Okay, I have a plan to get us past the enemy. Here's the strategy. You all spread out across the island in pairs. Okay. And then we just, as he says that, we all instantly split up into pairs and start running away. Can we wait 5 seconds to hear what he had to say? I guess not. Never mind. That was it. That was all he had to say. That was all he had to say. Each pair try to get the enemy's attention, and the rest escape and rendezvous later. Let's go. Okay, so who's going with who? So, okay, let's see. Pairings. Who would I put together with who? Okay, well, first off, the brain and the girl. We don't have, like, a nickname for her, I don't think. But yeah, so she Francois and Ivan together. I'll use the numbers. 001 and 003 together. So these two together. Then, I'm not sure he's counted. I assume he's not counted, so he may stay with them, assumingly. But they also don't really have a fighter, so... But we're supposed to be in pairs, so maybe they will split up. But I don't think they'll split up. They already seem like they are a good pair. So, I don't know. We also can't really split up into pairs exactly because we got 9 people. So, okay, let's say these 4 together. Let's say these 4, the pair would be like these 2, and then him and the doctor, I guess, or something. But I think they'll all kind of stick together. Then, we'll have, what's some good ones to do? Like, you want to split up the mole and the chameleon. So, number 6 and number 7 shouldn't go together. Sorry, no. Number 7 and number 8, chameleon and merman shouldn't go together, is what I meant to say. Because they can both do some water stuff. Or rather, maybe they should both be together, because then they can handle the water stuff themselves. Let's say that, actually. I was thinking of, like, making up for each other's weaknesses, but I think leaning into each other's strengths and focusing, because we're trying to gain their attention. So, number 7 and number 8 together, actually. Then, number 5 and number 6. And then, number 2 and number 4? That's my guess. Number 2 and number 4. Number 5 and number 6. Number 7 and number 8. That's my guess. And it does look like number 2 and number 4 together here. And, okay, well, he might be with Merman here. It's hard to tell. But we'll see. Alright. And so, yeah, what should I do? So, you stay with me and Dr. Gilmore. Okay. So, okay, she's going to go off on her own. But so, it's going to be number 9, 009, 001, and the doctor. And then she's going to go off with somebody. But then how are you going to partner with somebody? That doesn't work. Okay. Okay, so he's going to, number 009, partner with 003. You two a partner. Then Doctor and Ivan are going to partner. That makes sense. But he also said, you stay with me and Dr. Gilmore. So all 4 of us are staying here, then I assume. And yeah, already getting a crush. Already. And the enemy knows your weaknesses. Try to stay unpredictable. Improvise. And be careful, 009. Goo goo. Alright, okay, never mind. I don't know. Why the fuck did you tell us you stay with me and Dr. Gilmore? Did you just mean for 5 seconds for us to tell us what to do and then we leave? I'm not sure, but either way, we're leaving, so. Did they just turn into bats? Or are they just running away and we're also seeing bats? Yeah, seeing based on the other stuff. Okay, so they were seeing lizards run away. We're also seeing bats fly away. Many ocean currents meet at this island. It's an oceanic crossroads. Okay, Cool. But we're on the island, aren't we? We're on the island looking down at the island? How does that work? I'm not sure why she's pointing. Like, you know, if this was like an overlay, like we're just talking about this and seeing it this way, but she's pointing at it. Maybe she's pointing down at the ocean and we're just seeing an overlap of, you know, an overlay of the island like this. But okay, so is that why it's like got all this stuff here? So each current carries with it eggs from various animals. They crossbred and evolved. This unique evolutionary haven has remained untouched for millions of years. Okay, 666. So yeah, they got some, like, you know, unique evolved animals here. There are creatures here, unknown to the rest of the world. And the bugs, the spy bugs, have found us. And okay, yeah, this is our chance to get noticed. True, we want to get noticed. These look a little bit more vicious. Okay, what do they just have, like, stingers or something? Can't be that bad. You guys are fucking, like, stronger than steel. I don't think a bug's gonna hurt you. But I don't know. Okay, robot troops are coming on shore. They look like Zaku's a bit. And then, okay, we got some of the other robot troops coming out of the water. They got big old Hercules beetle pincers on their head. And they got a completely face. I mean, both of them do. And the bombers as well. And also, like, just some jet planes, it seems. Yeah, just some fighter jets. Okay, dodge the bullets. But it turns around. Goes for another round. Yeah, you guys got to fight back. Okay, test that strength. Okay, yeah, you can go Mach 3, so dodging these bullets shouldn't be too big of a problem. Alright, leap up to the vehicle itself. Oh my god, terrifying. As a pilot, terrifying. Use your ray gun to shoot through the windshield. And take him out. Alright, easy peasy. Nice, good test of strength. And then... Okay, I thought this was it crashing now, but this must be us crashing into the water here. Where'd 003 go? I actually appreciate they're like so high up on the cliff. He's like, I can't hear you. Very rarely does that ever happen in manga. You can always hear them from any distance. But behind you, look around. Okay, and they got big old pincers. These are like crab things, like crab monsters. And it's just got electricity that comes out from all its eyes, and its two horns generate a little like cross channel thingy, whatever that's called. Like it's arcing. So okay, interesting that like. This definitely feels like end of a chapter, start of a chapter, but we have individual chapter names as well. So I wonder if the chapter names only come from the volume sort of thing, or what? I don't know, but yeah, this definitely feels like end of a chapter, start of a chapter. It's got to be 100%. But okay, what's happening? The electricity is shocking us. Then we go pure white, and then we disappear. Okay, and then so he just Mach 3'd out of there. Okay. Okay, so he wasn't using his speed before. He was just dodging without his Mach 3. Damn. But now the beast goes to turn around, but nope. We still... And on all fours. Going Mach 3 on all fours is crazy. How the hell is that working? I thought he was running fast enough, but... I mean, maybe he is, but that's insanely impressive. You can go Mach 3 on all fours. And now he's just back. Oh, hello. Oh, my hands and feet are numb and my nerves are shot. That's because you were crawling around on your hands and knees at Mach 3. I like that he's getting a bit of a, like, you know, he's been in a bit of a, like, depressive state, but now that he's like, okay, you know what? I might, for the first time in my life, be hot shit. I might, for the first time in my life, have capabilities, you know? And I have, like, a responsibility as well, and that's adding in this, too. Like, I have a responsibility, and I have capabilities, and those are tying into each other. But, like, he has definitely felt incapable his entire life. He has felt worthless. And now it's like, you're worth more than anything. Look at the amount of people they are sending to retrieve you. You are worth a lot. And, you know, the capabilities you have, the abilities that you can do now is, you know, like the amount of stuff that you have that will allow you to change the world as opposed to before. So it's nice seeing him, you know, all this has sort of been hitting him, and he's sort of like, it's manifesting through this, like, oh, I'm going to test my strength sort of, like, personality that he has right now. Like, he's very, like, boastful. He's very chest out forward right now. You know, he's very full of himself temporarily. I feel like it's not going to last, is what I'm getting at. But, so, what is he doing? I think I figured out how to use my speed. Okay, so he's going to get in with the speed. Speed is, you know, power, so... I'm going to use it to beat that hunk of junk. And he can activate the acceleration switch by pushing his molar with the tip of his tongue. Cool. Just click it in, and then so his like acceleration. So it's like he can already go Mach 3, but then he can accelerate a bunch. So maybe he is faster than Jet. I give him praise for not making him too powerful, but I don't know. Maybe he is. No, you don't have to fight, but we do. I don't know why you're telling us we don't have to. It's not that dangerous, actually. Like, we can do this. It's fine. I'm not that worried. But alright, damn, yeah, it's truly easy. Just smash his face open, break off the horns, wait for him to try and, like, get you, and then have him smash himself, and then whoosh, right back to the rock. Easy peasy. And, okay, so not back to the rock, but just back to a different rock. Just sat on a different rock. Watches him flail about. Can't do anything. His targeting system's down or something. So, okay, when 009 engages his speed capabilities, he is 10 times faster than his opponents. To him, everything appears in slow motion. So is this supposed to be all in, like, slow motion happening? I suppose, like, you know, he went to this rock, and then it tried to smash that rock, and he wasn't there. Tried to smash another rock, he wasn't there. Something like that. I don't know. But, alright, then jumps up onto his arm, gets, like, you know, gets a hold of it, wrenches it out, wrenches the other arm out, and now it's just gonna self-destruct. Oh no, he hits it with his gun, his ray gun. And there we go. Boom! The sound effect inside of it. And, okay, this pistol has 3 settings, 3 buttons for each of the settings there. Also, like classic ray gun, classic ray gun. 009 just used the heat ray. It can also expel a deadly gas, and also operate as an ordinary gun. Okay, so heat ray, gas, gun. And, ooh, those eyes. I wonder if they only come out when he's like this, because we've seen them very infrequently. And then he, like, clicks his molar back in place, so acceleration's off now. Was it going to self-destruct again, do an even bigger explosion or something? No, okay. Dr. Gilmore and 001 are in danger. Okay, we gotta go back to them. Maybe we should have stuck with them like they told us to. Robots have pinned them down. Okay, yep, go back, you know, activate the acceleration again, and then go speed down there. Down by the beach. Use your speed to go down there. And when in acceleration mode, 009 cannot hear voices and sounds normally. Okay. So we were just saying that not for this panel, but for the next ones. Slicing through sound waves, he hears the world in distorted tones. And as he accelerates, he becomes blurrier and blurrier until he finally seems to disappear. But yeah, so he cannot hear voices and sounds normally didn't actually come up. Or, can't you hear me? So, okay, I see. So he's still in acceleration mode here, and then he had to, like, undo acceleration mode at some point? Like, in between here and here? He had to undo acceleration mode, I assume, but we didn't see him. But he seems like he did it right here. So I don't understand. Maybe it was like, you know, he turned off acceleration mode and it was like slowly turning off or something? I don't know. Don't quite understand. But either way, let's dash back down to the beach. Okay. Oh yeah, they are truly surrounded. They really do just look like a bunch of mini Zakus. Oh my god. These faces are so cute too. It's like they have their eyes like up here. You can't see them, and they just got a big nose and then a mouth. Yeah. Okay, so 002 was here. He tried to take him out, but he got injured. How the hell did you go down? Like, you know, are these guys really that strong? And they look like they just got normal fucking fists. Like, are there just guys in there? They're supposed to be robots, but they look like there's just guys in there. But, what? Behind us? What the fuck is this? Okay, what the fuck? It's like a face hugger thing, but it's also like a technological thing. But it does have an eye on it. It does. So is it a living thing? Okay, they got 002 with the same thing. I see. What? And it's wrapped around her leg as well. What the fuck is this thing? What the fuck? What's it gonna do? Like, take over our body? It's like a, you know, hacking thing, maybe? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like the tentacles it's got. And so it was in the robots, too. So, like, they get defeated and this thing comes out. It's a good, like, second stage thing. Very smart plan. They sort of rip out of its back, it seems, actually. Huh. But all right. Not too hard to rip it off. Never mind. Right back. Like, we rip one off and another one. Right back on. Close your mouth and clench your teeth. What's it gonna do? It's attempting to insert a tentacle down your throat. Jesus Christ, so goddamn kinky. Oh my god. Ishinomori, you are gonna give so many people fetishes. Holy shit. But all right. Just trying to, like, speed away from them. Damn. Okay, yeah. Use the gun. with the heat ray, assumingly. But Jesus Christ, it shoves a tentacle down your throat? Why? What's it trying to do? We're cyborgs. What the fuck? I mean, I guess we still have human parts and stuff, but like, what's it trying? Is it trying to implant a baby in our tummy? What is it doing? Okay, shot them all down. What the fuck were those? He was tranquilized, so it shoves like a tranquilizer down your throat? The Hydra V is more vexing than deadly. Okay, so yeah, it doesn't kill you or anything like that, but oh my lord! Bad, 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 bad. So it shoves a tentacle down your throat, then it like sticks into something and like tranquilizes you. Like this must be like a needle that sends the tranquilization, liquid through your body. God damn. So okay, number 002 does not have artificial skin. Okay, so he just it just got onto him and immediately started tranquilizing him. But we have artificial skin, so repel the poison. So that's why I tried to go for our esophagus. So that's not even normal. That's not even normal. That's a backup. They built a backup. One of this normally just attaches to people and tranquilizes them. But if that doesn't work, it can then go onto its face and shove a tentacle down your throat, down your fucking esophagus in order to tranquilize you. Why? That's so unnecessary. You built all these to be able to do that. Crazy. Okay, so 002 was constructed before we developed the skin. So I wonder if everybody before number 5, so 1, 2, 3, and 4, I wonder if they all have normal skin, and then 5 up all has, the super tough skin. But okay, 004, 003 are here, and okay, everybody's 009 as well, 004, which one is your number? 7. Bloody hell, looked like a bomb dropped on them. Missing 005 and 006, which are, right, yes, the strength guy, and then the mole. But okay, here they come. Where did you come from? You came from the cliff above us, fell down like this, and then on your head, somehow. How'd that happen? At least you landed on your head? No, nope, that's bad. Oh, it was a glorious battle. There I was, completely surrounded. Okay, 005's having a wee tank problem, and by that we mean he's just taking out all the tanks himself. Seems like he's doing fine. I think. But yeah, this guy's the strongest and got the best skin, so I think, he'll do fine against tanks. Yeah, he's a tank himself. Body of steel and the strength of 100 men. Bravo, 005. Encore! I love our cast so much. They're so friendly with each other. They all have such great, strong personalities. God, I'm going to be obsessed with these people for forever. God. Yeah, we're rather popular, aren't we? You get so many speaking lines. You are really like our number one face guy. But yeah, it's like a fucking war. They are truly fighting a war against just 9 people. But they are, it's undeniable to look at this and say, oh, that's not a war. That's not a war. That's a war. That's a literal war. Yeah, I mean, the amount of numbers they have, it's only a matter of time. And yeah, even aside from all that, gotta watch out for the tyke, Gramps, and the girl as well. And yeah, hey, I can take care of myself. She looks fit to me. I know British, that just means you're saying she looks hot. You shut up. What? You called her hot. You said, I don't know if this girl's capable, and she said, I'm capable, and you said, well, I think she's hot. Alright, it's time to think. Let's heed 001's warning. If we stay here much longer, things are gonna get ugly. So how do we escape from here? And yeah, my main concern is that they are the ones who made us. They know our strengths, how we work, how we adapt. The more we fight them, the more they learn about us. True, that's true. It's not something I was thinking about, but yeah, you got a point there, Diaper. Damn, those scientists should have bumped him off when we had the chance. I agree. What is it now? He's always sticking his head to the panels. What? Some bats now. Cyborgs. So yeah, these are all, I mean, of course, there's a lot of, they got the spy bugs, the spy dolphins, now we got spy fucking bats, or the lizard spies, or is every animal on this fucking island a spy? Surrender now. There's no escaping us. The only way you'll get out alive is as our prisoners. Oh yeah? Sink your teeth into this! It's just a little drone. And yeah, they're monitoring every move we make. We are everywhere. You'll never get us all. Yeah, it doesn't matter how many you kill. There's still too many of them. Okay. And they all leave again. Here's another sound coming by sea. Submarine? Nope. More robots. More robots with, okay, with fangs that are missiles. That's sick as shit. That's so cool. Love how square these things are. But okay, they're destroying our getaway planes. Okay. Okay, we're fucked then. Oh! Hell yeah, hell yeah. Sick. Looking sick as fuck. Hell yeah, Ishinomori! Sick, sick, sick. Cool, 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 cool. Yep, there goes our getaway. And the bats and the serpents together, like, you felt our power. Are you ready to surrender? Wah ha 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 ha. Oh, these fang missiles are so cool. But okay, okay, they're causing a cave-in. Oh my god, that's bad. That's bad, 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 bad. The doctor's expression. Yikes, 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 yikes. Okay, 002, try and catch them all. Take 001 and 003 and the dock to safety. The rest of us, they can take care of themselves. Okay, okay, okay. So, wait. Take 001 and 003. It seems like number 9's doing that, though. But yeah, like, he got the dock, we got the two of them. Why'd you tell him to get the other two? I don't know. But okay. Just barely got out in time. And now the rest getting crushed by the boulders, but we're going to see individually how they all get out of it. Mole Man can burn his way out of it. The chameleon can turn into something big, like a gorilla or something. A gorilla might still get crushed. Maybe an elephant or something. Then we have, let's see. God of Death's probably got something. He can just cut him up with his knives. Of course, what's his name? We don't have his name or anything. 005, really strong guy. Geronimo maybe is his name, or his nickname. But he's obviously just going to be able to strength it out. I think that's everybody. Did I forget anybody? No. Yeah, they can take it. They can take it. Don't you worry. Okay, yeah. He just whoop, lifts some rocks off. Easy peasy for him. Mole burns through it and just lifts the God of Death out. Okay, he was just protecting him, I guess. And then he can just punch the rest away, save the rest. Okay, so it was really only those two. Just Mole and the strength guy who were able to hold their own, protect everybody else. 007, he can just turn into a rock. You can turn into a rock. That's a possibility you have. Turn myself into a rock so I wouldn't get crushed. Pretty clever, eh? I guess you can do that too. You can turn yourself into objects. That's pretty fucking nuts. But okay, yeah, now we definitely gotta fight back before they do that again, because that was bad. These two really are fast friends. 007 and 004, fast friends. Also, of course, the God of Death being number 4, being Shin, of course. Okay, you got leg missiles. They like to fire missiles at us, huh? What goes around comes around, friends. Okay, no, it's his arm. Is that his arm or his leg? That is his leg, right? Okay, 005, see if you can get that beast to open its mouth. Okay, throw a big rock at it. Goes to open its mouth. Fire off our missile. Okay, one down. Oh, okay, hold on, you've had your fun. This one's mine. These two being fast friends is kind of hard because I cannot decide on like a voice for the two of them. I cannot do an accent like the Jets from West Side Story. I might try and practice that. I might, that sounds so stupid to say, but legitimately I think it might be fun. I might try and practice that between the next reaction. And of course I can't really do a German accent either very well. It doesn't have like a strong German accent it feels like, but I might try and lean into it more. We'll see. You're just now noticing that? He can fly! I thought you would have noticed that back in the cave. But yeah, he can fly. That's his whole thing. Fire missiles, but doesn't matter. Oh no, he's hit! Nope, just grabbed it and disappeared. He can grab the fucking missile as well? And yeah, he can. Did number 009 just disappear as well? 009 standing next to him and just went zoop, away from him. But alright, he's just gonna wind up and throw it right back. Boom! Blow his ass up. And the last one, he tries to take it out. No, you've had your fun. 009's already had his fun, though. Let somebody else have their fun. You crashing my rumble, bro? Just riding sidecar slick. Let's dance. Oh my god, these characters are so fucking fun. These characters are so fun. I'm losing my mind at how fun this fucking manga is. Oh my god, I haven't had this much fun in a long time. This is so fun. Loving it. Okay, so he's gonna do what now? He is literally just riding it. Yeah, he's having a blast. If I put the missile in backwards, okay, then when it fires the missile, boom! Okay, easy peasy. I will say, the one thing that Ishimori is not good at, explosion panels. He sucks at these. He sucks at an explosion, gotta say. But yeah, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But there's still plenty left standing. There was only 3 of them. Yeah, we're just doing some testing our skills again, but we gotta get out of here. But they also blew up our plane. Yeah, the flying wings have all been destroyed. So, gotta go by sea now. Gotta steal an ocean liner or something. Also, I said these two were becoming fast friends, and then I was like, oh yeah, these two becoming fast friends. No, not typically them, actually. It's typically 4 and 07. Let's nick a sub and do a bunk through the channel. What's a bunk? A bunk through the channel? I don't even know what the hell that is. Alright, 007, 008, and 009. You 3 procure our escape vessel. Because, yeah, they can breathe under. He can breathe underwater. He can transform into something that can breathe underwater. We can also breathe underwater for 1 hour. So, we're all good. Alright, let's get that ship. Chapter 8, Escape by Sea, Part 1. Okay, we're doing Part 1s and Part 2s now. Alright, let's get this ship. But, oh, just 1 bat is a problem? Why is 1 bat a problem? Oh, okay, because it's going to alert them that they dove into the water and... Yeah. Okay, but I'm counting on them being spotted. Follow my directions. First, we don't get to hear the plan, so we know it's going to work. Oh, I love the way Ishimori draws animals. They got a bunch more spy dolphins there as well. I wonder how much of this shit is spy shit and how much isn't. Okay, grab one of the dolphins. And then transform into it with 007. Nope, that's not how we say it. 007. And so then now he replaces them. Hey, did you guys hear that? Sounded like a scream. The cyborgs are here. There are 3 of them over there. Okay, so distract them, make them go a different way. Come on, let's get on this way. Yeah, okay, now 008, 009, you do your thing. All right. So we go on the bottom of the boat, transmit a signal. Hope I remember my Morse code. So, okay, yeah, like, this is not something your body can do. This is something your human mind has to remember. But you know Morse code? That's actually very curious. Like, as at the age you are, I wonder, you know, why you needed to learn Morse code. Was it for a job that you did? Or was it, you know, I don't know. What other circumstance would you need to know Morse code in? Okay, so the cyborgs are ascending now. What does this mean? Okay, it's just flying. Huh? Or no, sorry, this is still underwater. It's like he's, you know, ascending up the water. Duh. But okay, so they're going to try and surface now. And then he just stands aboard it. Got us surrounded. Why don't you put your hands up? Yep, and then Joe gets behind him. You call him 009, rather. But alright, easy peasy. Yeah, this is like a lot more of like an infiltrating thing than I was expecting. But it makes sense, because how else do you take over a fucking submarine? And then he orders him inside, but then he jets inside. I love this effect. It's really good. Like, you know, it's a, like what, 20 years early instant transmission? But, okay, blow up the fucking console. Don't we need that to... I guess this is a radio thing, not how we, you know, move the submarine. Alright, 008, you hold him hostage here. Now, where are we going? What are we doing? Okay, let's resubmerge again. But he's just, like, standing on the top of it, and then it submerges, and he goes somewhere else. Okay, now for another signal. Okay. Dot. Who is he signaling? Oh, okay, I see. So he's, like, giving a Morse code signal to the people inside who think that it's, you know, their own people giving them a signal. I understand now. And then once again, they try and go look for us, but we just jump inside. His speed. I love that we're actually really utilizing his speed. You know, I feel like speed is often something said a lot in manga, but very underutilized in terms of actually feeling like a justifiable power that isn't just like a lazily done thing. I feel like this one is selling its need. All right, hands up, boys! This sub is mine now. All right, and we're taking it inside the cave now. Now bring her up, and everybody get inside. And we got 2 separate subs. We got 2 subs for this, right? That's what we got the 2 subs here. So okay. Do we need this many? I feel like we just needed 1, but I guess it'd be good to you know, split up, and so that way they can't follow us all at once. Why she got a gas mask on? I mean, they had to go under and then up or something? Because they're coming up this way instead of down. Like, they didn't go in from here, or from the top of the sub. They all dove into the water and then went in from the bottom. Yeah, like, they all went into the water, and as soon as they thought they were going to climb, nope, they were going to go under. I like that he's carrying 001 now. Alright, the other subs are ready. Adios, boys. Time to abandon ship and get out of here. Submarine 555 is waiting for you. Okay. What is the plan here? So then they switch over to the other submarine. Okay, so this is just the crew. So are we just like... I don't know why we needed 2 separate subs for this. Please look me in the eye. Moves his hair. They look him in the eye. He's got a fucking like hypnotic eye or something. Yeah, just some minor hypnosis. Okay. Alright, now I believe 009 is expecting us. So we hypnotize these guys. We're going to have them leave first. Have everybody think it's us. They're going to go after them. Then we go away while they're going after them. That's the plan. Alright. Now, we all get into the correct submarine. You look so weird. I can't believe you're ending up being my favorite. I can't believe that you're ending up as my favorite. But alright, now we head out. But assumingly, we're going to split up or something. They're reporting the theft of 555. Chasing trails for hours. But okay, so just the theft of 555 is the only one that they're reporting. Why is that? And now the ships are changing course. Let's fall in with them and just pretend to be one of them. We're not going to run. We're just going to stay with them. Are you bonkers, baby? Yeah. Think about where they're headed. Following right into their secret base. That's a good point, too. Like, yeah. Why skedaddle? We can get more information. Genius. That's why 001, you're a genius. Alright, to be continued to the next volume. Oh, no volume extras, just that's the end. Also, before we move on to volume 2, which, my god, is this really the volume cover? This looks so bad. This looks terrible. I mean, this has to be like an English release that looks so bad because of this shit. But either way, now we get to see them all in the color here, like on the cover here and in color. We got the, what were they called? The black aces there behind us running away. The moon up here. I don't know why. That just tries to make it more look sci-fi than it needs to be. But, and okay, so they all got on red uniforms. They all have on red uniforms. I just assumed they would have been black, but they all got on red with some orange scarves. And then, so he's got brown hair. So if we're saying this is brown hair, then assumingly that's also brown hair. That's brown hair. Are these both brown as well, perhaps? She could have red hair. It looks a little bit different, but either way. So, brown. Like, these guys all have brown hair. And then, I mean, he's got black hair, but basically bald. And, like, honestly, props to Ch.0-8 for actually giving him a proper, like, you know, African skin tone, you know? Especially for the 60s, you know, not very surprised if it would be, you know, just completely minstrel show looking. But, like, I actually appreciate that, you know, I mean, well, to be fair, it's half. It's half minstrel and half actual, you know, realistic African skin tone. So, yeah, you got a half and half. But still, you know, it's the 60s. I mean, it's also the early 60s. The first half of the 60s or the second half of the 60s, I'd also be given very different, like, you know, leniency to. The fact that it's the first half of the 60s, a lot more leniency. And I would say the reason for that would be that late 60s, everybody has color TV now, and so you get to see what people look like and what skin tones look like and stuff like that. Versus before anybody has color TV, you don't really get to see that. It's not in movies of your country, you know, and so, like, you're just not going to be seeing that. And even if you were watching, like, even, like, if Ch.0-8 was watching American movies, you're not going to see black people. That's just, you're not going to see black people in any fucking movie in the early 60s. It's just not going to happen. 50s, plenty. The early 60s, absolutely not, basically none at all. It's, again, we talk about a lot, the 60s is an extremely censored time, maybe one of the most censored times in the 1900s. But, so, like, once people had colored TVs, you know, people realized what other people looked like for the first time. I mean, really, it's crazy to say that, but, like, you know, obviously you could see it in magazines or whatnot, but, like, it's the first time where you're not going out of your way to see it. It's just, you know, you're just seeing, you know, like, and there's also a lot more documentary style stuff and a lot more of, like, we can go around the world and show this stuff now because we got color and look at, you know, the beautiful countryside and all this stuff, yada yada. So that's why there's a big difference between, like, early 60s, late 60s. I also don't know when Japan exactly got color TV, to be fair. And then for 005, right? Yeah, 005. The skin tone, obviously not real, but he's also got the metal skin, so it's a completely different thing entirely. it's you know, it's a different thing. But like everybody else here, like, you know, the actual like white guy here has like more Caucasian skin than like, you know, Joe, who's like Asian, or I mean, to be fair, he's still pretty well white, and like, but yeah, I guess like she's about as white as I would expect a French person to be. So white they're a ghost. But yeah, I do like the varying skin tones we got going on here. He's got that like very British pink. Like, you know how like you look at British people sometimes and they look actual like pink. He's definitely got that going on. But yeah, they're distinctive even in color. You know, despite the fact that nobody has like anime hair or anything like that, everybody's got extremely realistic hair. And we don't have any black-haired characters aside from the Chinese guy who's, you know, half balding. So that's actually, I mean, I guess actually, yeah, 005 also has black mohawk, to be fair. But yeah, you know, you normally expect a lot more people to have black hairs because it's a Japanese series and they love doing that. But god damn, these English covers look like shit. But here's our second volume one. 2 people here get electrocuted to death or something. I don't know what's going on there. And he's like, what's going on? But maybe we'll have more context for it. But if I saw this on a bookshelf, this ain't making me buy it. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Retrieve that sub at all costs, even if we have to gather it piece by piece. So, yeah, because they're like, okay, if we shot it down, they're not going to drown in there. But the people are. But fuck them. They're all part of this evil organization. But yeah, join the pursuit. No, we're not leaving. I love his cross-eyedness, though. Yeah, our only chance is to follow him. We gotta see where that base is. It's a Black Ghost headquarters. And yeah, we're going right back to the island we could barely escape from. Exactly. If we have to. If we divert our path, they'll like, not if we have to, but we do have to. If we divert our path, they'll notice us. Besides, this is an excellent opportunity to track down the Black Ghost and get rid of him once and for all. There's no way, though, right? There's no way. You know, we got, you know, but it's also, what I mean by there's no way is like, does Ishinomori think, okay, we're going to go wrap up Black Ghost and we're going to finish this series in like 2 or 3 volumes? Or was he planning to make it, you know, longer? Who knows? I mean, at this point, there's not much super long running series in general. There's a couple, but there's not that many. So, probably wouldn't be something you're thinking about. Okay, so we are going to skedaddle a bit. Well, I'm not sure, because they're saying we should be within 1 kilometer of the base when they destroy the sub-555 and find that we're nowhere to be found. But I thought we were following along with their, like, you know, their ships, but their ships probably going to just be staying here waiting to eliminate this one. We should be close enough in Sub 101 to blow up the entire island. Yeah, that's my expression too. What the fuck? With just this sub, or are we going to get out and use our powers to blow up the island? Or are we going to infiltrate, try and blow it up from like there's a bomb or something where we can like mess with the equipment, make it all explode? I don't know. But on our present course, we should reach the island within the hour. Yikes! Alright, we got 5 minutes to get ready, and we have an hour to reach the island, so we're screwed. Okay, never mind. Cyborgs depart. And then, yeah, I'll stay here with 003 and Dr. Gilmore, of course. I don't know, 003, I guess 003 needs to stay with you because she's got the sensory hearing. She could tell if anything's about to happen. But, okay, so what was the point of this submarine then? What was the fucking point of this submarine? And yeah, already, it's been like 1 day and we've already got like a status quo of like, nothing's easy with 001. But truly, he makes everything so complicated. Yeah, don't let the dolphins spot you somehow. I don't know how we're going to stop them from spotting us, but... Okay, we've got the torpedoes ready. What are we going to do? Oh, okay, we're just going to bomb the ship. Okay, I say yes, we're just firing on 555. Yeah, gotta hold back any sympathy you have for those men. Fuck those men. They're a part of this evil organization. Fuck them. Alright, blow it up. All those men dead. God, Ishimori, you suck at explosions so badly. Alright. Hey, man. That could have been us, too, yeah. Yup, spotted by dolphin. Shot him. Jesus. Oh, no. I mean, I wish I didn't have to do that. You cut off one of his nose. You don't give a shit. Alright, so we're back inside the cave or something? What the hell? Or did we get to the island? Did we, like, go all the way to the island? That was supposed to take an hour in the sub? Jesus Christ, bro. Your nose is so big it looks like a fucking unicorn horn. My God. Okay. I got a guard here, so we're definitely got to be on the Black Ghost Island. Oh, he's just taking a smoke break. I see. I do love just moments and stuff where it's like, oh yeah, the guards are people. They're not fucking robots, they are people. Right, just gonna sneak past him. Okay, yeah, just crawl past him. Boom! Face to face with a bird. Don't you? Squawk! His eyes every time. You damn bird! But alright. Been alerted. Been alerted. Damn, that's a hell of a lot of the birds. Leave us alone! Stop squawking, you damn bitches! Alright, just machine gun fire him. Or Joe. Okay, nice. Okay, we fucking bagged his face up too. Hell yeah. Nice Joe. Okay, if they're calling him Joe too, then I can call him Joe. No, I don't think he alerted the other sentries. Doesn't seem like he didn't even see what hit him, so we're good. We're good. Alright, there's the entrance to Section C. Okay, how do we get in? Okay, you've always got a fucking idea. What are you going to transform into this time? You're going to transform into an old man! Oh, yes. Naked old men tend not to get noticed. I love this group so much. It's so modern. It feels like this could be running a jump right now. Like, this is crazy. Very little of it feels dated in any way. And what I mean by dated is being like, oh, it's obviously set in the 60s. But aside from that, it really feels like it could 100% run and jump right now. But alright, no, I'm a scientist. Just wait, you'll see. Grabs a crab. What? Who's there? Achoo! Oh, okay, so the guards are, who's there? It's Crofts. Dr. Crofts. Do we know Dr. Crofts? But somebody stole my clothes. I see. Taking a swim in the ocean and they blew away. Achoo! I see. But Dr. Crofts hasn't left the facility today. Not only that, he can't swim. Gun right in his face. Wait. And then, yeah, taken out by electricity. Who did that? I'm not sure who did that. I guess, like, our guns can also be set to a sort of, like, heat ray blast. Maybe it was that. But yeah, not a great plan. But I love it. I love this vibe so much. Oh, this is so refreshing. God damn, this is so refreshing. Oh. We have 40 minutes left. Okay, wait. So, they were saying it's going to take the subs an hour to reach the island. So there was 5 minutes plus an hour that we had in total. And it was going to take us just like instantly, basically, to swim there. Okay, now I understand. But, more guards. But it doesn't matter. Just one shot from our gun, they explode. Okay, so there is a nuclear arsenal here. That's what we're going to blow up the island. And yeah, you've already had your fun. It's just a line we're going to keep using, isn't it? But someone needs to detonate the nuclear weapons. Why not you? Alright, make room for 006. Okay. 006, the mole. Why him? But it seems like he's making room for himself. But okay, I see. So he can melt down the door. And alright, yep, being alerted now, the whole facility is. How long for the fleet arrives? 5 minutes? We went from, like, fucking here, 40 minutes to 5 minutes. How the fuck? Alright, we got 5 minutes, but meet back up here in 10 minutes. I don't know what the hell's going on with this time limit thing. But alright, nice, cool. He jets it past the bullets. Alright, number 4, he's, activating the arsenal. Alright, everybody just doing their part. And Joe, face to face with Black Ghost? Are you Black Ghost? Why do you look so sad? What the hell? Why do you look so sad? But okay, yeah, he's commander. What the hell? Is that not Black Ghost? Is he just like a commander instead? Is that like a lower role? Alright, jumping off the walls and everything. Just shooting the guns out of their hands. Okay, so the commander's also a cyborg, it seems. What's going on? Well, before that, so everybody here just waiting for 009 now. The nuke's gonna blow in a couple seconds. Okay, they gotta go get him. Nope, never mind. Okay, I see. They were waiting for him to dive off, but they didn't. Or, I mean, they had to because he didn't return in time. And then a nuclear explosion. What the fuck? I mean, with his speed, maybe he still got out of there in time? Perhaps? Oh, no, that's a good one. That's a good image. Falling rocks. Yeah, watch out, watch out. God, like hail. Oof. Okay, everybody, get underwater as far as you can. And yeah, 009, you were built better than any of us. But there's no way you survived the blast. Poor bloke. He was as good as they come. And yeah, here he comes. Why you crying, 007? Of course I'm crying. 009 is dead. And he's come to haunt me. So how do we get out of there? But yeah, just as I was leaving, I ran to the commander. You mean the Black Ghost himself? I think so. Yeah, he wore a mask with a black skull on it, so. Got so caught up in chasing him, I forgot about the time. Yeah, what happened? Threw his acceleration switch and escaped. Okay, so he got out of there alive. So he is a cyborg too. Same powers as us. And the fact that he did it on himself, assumingly. Pretty commendable. But apparently I remembered about the bomb just in time to escape. Okay. Yeah, you got the acceleration switch too, so you got out of there before there was a millisecond left. But alright, the other submarines immobilized, they're returning, heading back to base if there is a base to return to. And okay, he gave the command. Sorry, 001 gave the command. I did. I gave them the order to invade the cyborg base. Okay. Good show, Sprague! And they'll arrive to utter destruction. Me heart bleeds for the buggers. Yeah. I love our group so much. I love them so much. I love them so much. Alright, now we're departing as well. We're not going to X Island again, right? Okay, going to Japan. Okay. And yeah, why Japan specifically? I have a very good friend in Japan, our doctor says, Dr. Isaac. He's an old colleague of mine from Harvard, a biologist. Dr. Kazumi. Alright, yeah, so we can go there and lay low. Set course for Japan. Oh no, oh no. Yeah, the dolphin knows. What's going on? That submarine's going that way. All the other submarines are going that way. Or is it following us? Or is it going back to alert the others? Probably following us. In Japan, your homeland, the place that rejected you, now you're having to return to. Is that a whale or is that our ship? Okay, that's our ship. It can fly or something? What the? Why you look so sad? Cyborgs, you did pretty well. But, so this is how he got away or something? I don't know what the fuck is going on here. Are you in this sub? You like transmitted into a sub and or got away or something? I don't know. And you haven't seen the last. You haven't seen the last of the Black Ghost. You'll never see the end of the Black Ghost. The world has already played too far into our schemes. Love any villain that has a physical globe. Anyone trying to world dominate. If you're gonna world dominate, you gotta have a globe. You gotta have a vision board. Come on. Follow me, my minions. So they destroy one base. We have more than they can even imagine. On to Command Center 2, where we will plot our revenge. And yeah, they've still got a whole army. Like, we took out a base, but they still have a whole fucking army. They have a submarine that can become a flying fucking battleship. Oh, it's gonna be a tough one. Oh, that's dope. That's dope. See him just disappear in the distance. You can still see them on the horizon there, them in the sky. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love it, love it, love it, love it. This is a beautiful page. End of part 1. Excellent, 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 excellent. I cannot give this enough praise. This is impeccable. It is insanely good writing, insanely good art, insanely good characters. Great comedy as well. Like the fighting could be better, sure. You know, that's fine. The explosions could be a little better, but like the action is probably the least interesting part of it, I will say. But it doesn't matter because everything else is propping it up so much. The character designs in general are so good. Everything about this is incredible. I guarantee if this got an anime, if this got a tokusatsu show, they probably flubbed this shit so bad. They probably fucked it up so bad. Almost guaranteed. Definitely got to read more of this for sure. I was only planning on reading part 1, but we are reading more for sure. I am very, very excited for this one. Super duper excited. I'm loving this. I cannot stress enough how much I'm fucking loving this series. Definitely got to read some more Ishinomori in general as well to be able to compare his other stuff to this as well. We got a lot more on the road to Mecca that we are doing, but don't worry, I'm doing this too. This is going to be a constant on the channel till we're finished, most likely. You know, if it goes downhill, I always have the opportunity to drop anything at any point. But, you know, this seems like something I want to read all the way through. My God. I can't believe it took me this long to read some Ishinomori shit, because, like, we gotta. Holy shit, he's so good. My god. I mean, I say that, but I've watched some Kamen Rider 1 and 2, but still. Whoo, I cannot wait for more. I think my favorites are 007, the Chameleon is my favorite. Then, I think 004, Albert, the God of Death, the Shinigami. Then 009, Joe Shimura. I think it is very, 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 very rare that the main character is not my favorite character. It's very, very rare, but I think it is happening here. And it's typically not a good sign. I've always said it's not a good sign if your series, if the main character is not my favorite character, probably not going to read the series. But that's not a definitive always thing. You know, it's just a typical rule of thumb. But rules of thumb are meant to be broken. But I also think that Joe Shimura will get a lot more interesting as we go on. Right now, he's a very mysterious character, whereas everybody else is allowed to be their full self. So, but I think that's my top 3. Yeah, I don't think we need to go, but let me try and rank the rest, I guess, if anybody gives a shit. If not, it's not interesting. I think then I would go Jet, Merman, like this is after the top 3. Jet, Merman, I guess the Mole, Ivan, Francois, and then 005, who we don't even have a nickname for yet. They're really throwing 005 under the bus. I think he's a really cool idea, really cool concept, but they've done literally nothing with him. He's got like 1 or 2 lines. Definitely got to do more with him. Please, give me his nickname for God's sake. Maybe it was Geronimo. I don't know. Was that what it was? Or something like that? I think it was Geronimo, like his nickname. But, you know, that wasn't said by any person here, so I want to wait for one of them to call him a nickname. But yeah, we really, 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 really got to do more with him. Really, really got to do more with him. Really cool just seeing the, similarities to Kamen Rider already being so strong. I thought this was going to be a little bit more tenuous, a little bit more like, not tenuous is the word I'm looking for, but a little bit more separated. It wasn't going to have as much of the bones that it does, but so much of the bones are here. It's incredible. It's incredible. But yeah, I think that's it. I cannot wait for more. I will see you guys for more of this. I will also see you guys for whatever's next on the road to Mecca. I don't remember, but you'll see it. It'll be whatever comes out next. Until then, get the fuck out of here.